exhilarating turbo performance, advanced connectivity, and the latest safety technology. All new Suzuki Swift, the revolution of an icon.
In today's world of self-service, it's nice to know that there's still a place where you can sit back and relax. Bennett's Driveway Service, now at Snug, Lerner Valley and Sandy Bay. For more than 40 years, Bennett's Petroleum has been there for all Tasmanians.
Exhilarating turbo performance, advanced connectivity, and the latest safety technology. All new Suzuki Swift, the revolution of an icon.
In today's world of self-service, it's nice to know that there's still a place where you can sit back and relax. Bennett's Driveway Service, now at Snug, Lerner Valley and Sandy Bay. For more than 40 years, Bennett's Petroleum has been there for all Tasmanians.
Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It is Tubes Taylor here with Duff TV down at the Huonville Football Oval, and a beautiful day for SFL action live across the whole nation thanks to our streaming partners Bennett's Petroleum and Jackson Motor Company. It is Huonville versus Cygnet, and the Cygnet boys had a loss in the twos. Huonville running over the top of them for the win, but the big game is coming up, and I'm joined in the commentary position by Aaron Roberts. Aaron, welcome.
Thanks very much, Tubes, and very excited to be in Huonville. Sunny conditions at the moment.
Mate, a glorious day down here. The forecast was for rain, but it never rains in the Valley of Love. And we are crossing out for the big game as we see a huge amount of cars around the ground. And upstairs on the camera, as usual, is Martin Duffy, the man behind Duff TV. Duff, how are you?
Great to be here, Tubes. Another big game of SFL. What have we got? Round 13 into the second half of the year, heading towards the finals. And you're right, Tubes, pretty big crowd here. Apparently last time down at Cygnet, they had 3,000 people here. Probably not quite that many here today, but still not a bad crowd. Look at the cars, plenty of people in.
Well, tell you what though, Duff, if some of the hipsters coming down from Hobart miss the car park and turn off at the Winterfest, they'll naturally migrate here to the Huonville Football Ground, and it'll increase substantially
A lot of hipsters down for the Midwinter Valley Festival. But we're going to go through the teams really quickly as we see the boys coming out for Cygnet. There they are. We'll go through Huonville first. We've got Johns, Lawler, Ward, Golding, Page, Sullivan, Mulder, Ward, Coombs, Bennett, Vincent, McIndoe, Clark, Paul, Schenk, Guy, Graham, Golding, Bauman, McQueen, Bailey and Steele. And for Cygnet there, Aaron.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll see the
Need to
Cygnet.
fix your mic there, Aaron.
They're running out on the ground at the moment, Cygnet. How's that, Duff?
Oh, marginally better.
Just need to bend it almost.
There we go.
There
So got some big names from Cygnet here at the moment. So Paddy O'Neill, Brereton, Palm, Whitehouse, Jennings, Holton, O'Neill, Doreen. Well, we've got to have a Doreen in a Cygnet side. Wilcox, Hayes, Matthew Turnbull, Kane, Nielsen, the coach, Ben Cato, Holton, who's kicked a lot this year, Ford, Gordon, Verrill, Dance Burke, Nathan Duggan, another prominent name in the Valley, Dean, Sleven, and there's the coach at the bottom, the playing coach, Ben Cato.
Speaking of the coaches, we did catch up with them before the game. Here we go. We'll do a couple of interviews back to back. I managed to catch up with Nick Doyle and you caught up with Ben Cato, but we'll check it out right here, right now. Tube Sailor here with Duff TV, and I've got Nick Doyle, the coach of the Huonville Lions, with me here today. Nick, a big game today.
Yeah, huge, critical for the to keep in touch with the top 5.
Yep.
So, and a big game for the community. Bring both towns together.
Absolutely. 5th versus 6th, and Cygnet is a big rivalry with you guys at Huonville. Any argy-bargy during the week?
No, none.
None at all?
Both are first-year coaches, so we haven't entered into any of that.
And it is your first year, mate, and you said before that you've lost a few games by less than 3 goals. Consistency is big for you down here at Huonville?
Yeah, we've had a good even effort most of the year. Just the results haven't quite gone our way. Been in all bar 2 games, so looking to turn that around and get a result.
And if you get to September, anything can happen, mate.
That's exactly right.
And you're raising money today for the Breast Cancer Network of Australia. What's that mean for the club?
Yeah, a couple of girls, Sarah and Sophie, have organised a Ladies' Day. And also both clubs have come together to wear the pink socks to raise money for the Breast Cancer Network Australia. So it's a good initiative and huge support by both clubs, and the ladies hopefully have a good day up there.
Well, a massive day here down at Huonville. We've got Cygnet versus the Lions coming up from Huonville shortly. We're just here with the reserves in behind us here at Duff TV, but stick around for the big game between the seniors. All the best today, Nick.
Thank you.
Good on you, mate.
Aaron Robbs here with Ben Cato, the coach of the Cygnet Football Club. Ben, first year, how's it been so far?
No, it's been really good. The boys have been really keen, so we're improving. Yeah, we're getting there.
What's the biggest difference from, say, this competition to what you've previously played in State League and Old Scholars?
Oh, it's probably a little bit more physical, I think, but the standard's been pretty good, so a bit more physical, but we're improving the way we move the ball, so yeah.
Now, what about the game last week? Close loss to Lindisfarne. This week, how have you sort of come through the week? Middle of winter, gets a bit cold down here. How are the boys training at the moment?
It's certainly a bit cold, but no, the seniors are training well. Last week probably didn't play our best. We thought we could, really push them, but didn't quite get there in the end.
So today, massive rivalry. This is the biggest day in Huonville for the year. I don't think anyone's going to go over the saddle today and head north at all. Now, if you win, you go 2 games clear. What does that mean to the players? There's a lot of motivation.
Oh, certainly. You get a few more on the track this week against the old arch enemy. Everyone's a bit more keen. You don't want to lose this game of footy.
Okay, well, best of luck today. Massive game for you and the Valley. You're here on Duff TV, Aaron Roberts, and the coach of the Cygnet Port, Ben Cato.
Well, you're looking very smooth in there, Aaron Roberts, with the sunnies on and everything, as we see the big fella from Huonville, Mickey Paul, the goal kicker for down here at the Lions.
Yeah, he's kicked a few. We might just go through a few of the big goal kickers that we might expect to kick a few sausage rolls down here in Huonville today. Ben, Josh Holton.
Yeah.
Very good player. He's kicked 46 for Cygnet this season. He's a prominent forward, and he's going to be one. And Ben as well, Ben Holton, has kicked over 30 goals for the Port too. So it's a pretty potent forward line. Look out for, I think William Ford, is he playing today?
He'll be playing today.
Yeah, he's not a bad player as well moving forward. He might kick a few. He's kicked 15 for the year. For Huonville, they'll probably rely a little bit on the big number 20, Michael Paul, to kick a few. It's good conditions. I had a little wander out in the ground earlier, Tubes.
A little tacky?
Yeah, it's just a tad bit soft, and the grass is probably fraction long as well, but overall it's pretty good. Nick, actually, the ground?
Yeah, it certainly is. You'd expect that with the amount of rain they get down here in Huonville as we zoom out from the boys from Cygnet. They'll be fired up and ready to go. My players to keep an eye out for, Jared Brereton. He's a legend of the game. He's 32 years old as we see him just running off here. He's got the mattress strapped to the front shin. He'll be going in the ruck. He said that there's a young ruckman come up from the unders that he's taken under his wing, so he's now got a protege. Of course, Ben Cato, the superstar, Will Ford, Ben the Bunsen Burner Holton, they're calling him down there. Apparently, I got the inside info. I went into the rooms beforehand. That's his new nickname, Ben the Bunsen Burner Holton.
I'm assuming he's not a massive fan of science, so there must be another reason for that.
Yeah. There's the protege there, Joey Dyreen, of course, who is the protege of Jared Brereton. For Huonville, keep an eye on Michael Paul, of course, always throws the body around. The Golding boys are always very good. Anyone you want to keep a special close eye on there, Aaron?
Well, I like a bit of Tyler Clark, actually, in McAdoo. No, I should say McAdoo, James McAdoo, number 18. I think he might be useful today.
All right, we're away here. Dyreen flies, as does the ruckman from Huonville. The Lions punch it forward outside the wing for the Port. Picking it up nice. There is Ford, who drives it forward now. Here's a chance for the Holtons. Running through fast there was Braden Hayes. He's going to get the first score, and it will be a behind on the Jackson Motor Company scoreboard. So away pretty quickly there, Aaron.
Yeah, that was a very fast start, wasn't it? Flew out of the blocks. It's not the longest of grounds here in Huonville. Now, the Huonville boys have got the ball in the back half. There's a couple of guys running towards the grandstand side of the ground, but they've gone to the far side. And moving out there, it looks like Guy or Graham. He's got it further upfield to Bauman with the headband on. He goes short. It's just a little too short, and it's going to make it into a 50-50 contest. It still tries to keep the ball in, gets it back to Bauman, but a good tackle laid by Verrill, and we might just have the first contest there. And a ball up here, centre wing, early stages of this game.
He's been caught holding the ball, so the free kick will go to Verrill out on the wing. The far side of the ground, the town side, chipping up to half forward. Flying high there was Dyreen. Roving beautifully was Hayes. Here he comes. He's had another shot on goal, and he's missed again. So the boy that ran from Hobart to Burnie for the Hobart Hurricanes.
Yeah, a little bit of trouble too, just early in the year. But anyway, and he just showed how quick he is too, their Tubes running through the middle of the ground. So Huonville in the back half again, their second workout. They're going to go to the same side, so maybe that might be the attacking side. They're looking out there to Ward. He can't mark, and it's popped out the back to Burke. Burke gets tackled by Ward, and it is over the boundary line, just attacking side of centre wing for Cygnet, who have had all the play so far.
Last time they met these two sides, it was down at Cygnet, at the Port. A 13-point differential separated them in favour of the Port, so they got up by 13 points. So we're expecting a very tight match between these two sides as the ball goes out of bounds again. Except this time, maybe the advantage will be with Huonville being their home ground.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a big day. I mean, if Huonville get a win here, they sneak back into the 5. If Cygnet, they go 2 games up. We're 2/3 the way through the season, so it's a big moment, big game.
Absolutely. Ball back in the middle for Hayes. He gets it out. The Port drive it forward. Here's a chance now for the big foot towers of Holtons. Down on the ground, it's picked up nice and smooth there by the Lions, but Holton's been pulled out for a free kick, so the Bunsen burner's going to go back from about 35 out. This is his bread and butter. Not sure what umpire Hollywood was doing there, but he does like the Holton boys. So Ben Holton having a shot from about 35, tough angle.
That was a fortunate free kick. Good hair.
Brilliant hair as he comes in. He's a magnificent kick of the footy, but he sprayed it slightly. So Cygnet doing all the attacking in this first 3 minutes of the game. They bring the ball out quickly. Played on is the call. Lions moving the ball forward again. In a chance now for Johns. Has it at centre wing. Looking inboard. Very wide ground this one, so they'll need to bring it in soon. Nice strong mark down there to Sullivan. Swings around. No one really to kick to, so he looks out wide again. Now the Lions will bring it back into the middle. No one there at home for the Lions, and Cygnet should clear.
Yeah, absolutely. Nice tackle laid there by Nielsen, and it's just in the middle of the ground. Is that a high? Not quite. Quick snap on goal by Graham, but it's gone to the left-hand side, and it's gone over the boundary line in the left forward pocket. So the first entry there for Huonville. So at least a little bit of confidence for them versus 3 entries for the Port so far in what's been a pretty good start. But the thing is, if you don't kick goals early and have had their opportunities, then you can get behind quite quickly. So we're just waiting for the ball. I think
it's gone under the old.
It's gone under a car.
Yeah.
It's gone under a Ford Ranger, I think. No. Surely they have 2 footballs.
Jackson Motor Company, of course. So the ball in. Keep an eye on Mickey Paul here. He's a big, strong lump of a lad. Just watch him in the ruck here. Taps it down into the middle. Cygnet with the numbers. Diving on the footy. They can't quite get it out. Umpire should ball it up here. And he's in there straight away and telling the boys, easy, easy, easy. We love umpire Hollywood, don't we, Duff?
Oh, legend of the game.
Defense! What a defense!
Big ruck contest, Mickey Paul out of the air. Handball's over the top. Here's a chance now for the Lions. Dribble a kick, nothing doing. Cygnet should clear through this man, Duggan. Goes back inboard, finds his teammate out there, Slevin. He kicks long out and Cygnet are away.
All right, look at the ball, just defensive side. And it might have even just gone over the boundary line in a few minutes of scrappy football here. Huonville have 1 entry of note, just missing to the left. We've got a throw in here, just on the attacking side for the Lions. So we've got a throw in here. Coming over number 7 there was Ward. Now that's a scrubby kick, but it's not too bad. Lurking there was Steele, but he couldn't win it. And now here go the Port, running through the middle of Huonville Oval on a lovely afternoon here in the Valley. Good contest down there. Nice work done there by Bailey. He was able to just get a fist to it. Now it's worked in the pocket. Bailey again. In fact, that might be, yes, Bailey wins it out. And Huonville, they can scrub it, but not for too long because there's Gordon. Gordon handballs back to O'Neill. O'Neill will go back again, and now the delivery to around about 30 metres out, and a good defensive punch. And can Huonville get it out?
They do, through that man in the long sleeves. Kicks long, but only finds his opponent in O'Neill. O'Neill at half forward, looking to drive the ball in towards Holton and Co. Quick kick forward, but only man there is Cameron Johns, and he takes the mark at half back. Looking across the other side of the field, they want to attack via the scoreboard side. Trying to mark down there was Bauman. Diving on the footy, that's desperate stuff from the Cygnet forwards. They all dive on it. Andrew Palm's in there too with the top knot, but it should be a ball up here at half forward for the Port.
So what do you think about the top knot, boys?
Hate it. I hate it.
Yeah, I don't have an opinion other than I wouldn't do it. Maybe that's my opinion.
Clever handball out there by Barnett. Coming through hard there for the Lions was Jake Steele. It should be picked up here by Lawler. Going back towards Bailey. Big tackle by the top knot there in Palm. And should be a free kick. No, umpire will say, I'll ball it up, thanks. I don't mind it on Palm, the top knot. He looks okay, looks a bit like a samurai.
He's quite a solid guy too. He moves all right. All righty, so just trying to wheel themselves
brute strength
out of that one. And Gordon tries to win it, but now the ball's clear with a scrubby kick. There's a lot of players around the ball. Caddo pushes it forward, going in as Bauman. And there's a releasing handball, partly, but the kick hasn't gone very far. Now it comes out. That's probably Fortune out to Ward. A little bit of space. Needs to be a good kick. It's a good direction into Barnett, but unfortunately, he's given the ball up, and there's a group of Port players around. 1 on 4. Oh, wow. Now, Dance was in there. He tried to lay the tackle, and then there was Doreen, but unfortunately, Doreen's handball wasn't quite on the spot. And now this ball's cleared to the grandstand side of the ground.
Slevin will see it out, but what I think Huonville need to do here is just slow it down a little bit. Their kicks are quite panicked at the minute, and they do have a little bit more time, but the run of the Port at the moment, they're just getting so many numbers to the ball, so that perceived pressure is always there. Ruck contest at half forward for the Port. Coming through hard there was the big strong man in Sam Dean. He's been caught with the footy, and that'll be holding the ball. Free kick to the Lions. Interesting combination of the fluorescent socks with the fluorescent boots. Kicking long. Nice strong grab down there to Irene. Looking around the corner. Spins it down towards Mickey Paul. He's got 3 to beat. He's so strong. Courageous going back with the flight. Will Ford. It'll be his free kick for the mark.
All right, Will Ford now, the defensive. Oh, that was a great mark. He didn't really have his body in the right position. Now quickly running through is Gordon. Gordon now has an opportunity to go to the middle of the ground. Working up there is Duggan. He can't bring it down. And now the Lions, oh, there's a loose handball. Good tackle. Now can number 9, that's a very Page running onto it. Can't get it. Now the ball's going to be held up. We've got a whistle. And we might have a free kick. I didn't see what that one, maybe a hold off the ball, but it's going to be an opportunity now for Braden Hayes. He's already had one running shot on goal, Braden Hayes, and now he's going to have a set shot right-hand side around about 35 metres out.
Not sure what it was for, but he knew it was his footy. So the look at this combo of the boots and the socks.
Yeah, it's certainly not good if you're epileptic or you suffer from migraines.
Yep.
It's affecting us. Anyway, so here comes Braden Hayes. First set shot for the Port, 35 metres out from goal. Strides in. Kick looks like it's just gone off to the right-hand side, and the umpire indicates that by moving across that way, and it's through for a minor score.
So not much going on the scoreboard as far as Jackson Motor Company are concerned. It's 4 plays zip in favour of Cygnet. The kick out wide, a strong grab out there to Dance. He looks inboard, switches it into the middle, chopping it off almost there. The Huonville player coming through hard now with time. The Huonville Lions look to attack. Nice strong mark down there to Sullivan. He spins around, nothing really doing. A man runs for his advantage now. Missed the target though, bounces up. Coming through hard there was Slevin. And he has a man up at half forward for the Port. It is, of course, the strong man who's already got the bleeding eyeballs. Coming through hard there was Duggan. Beg your pardon, it was Hayes who got tackled hard with the footy, and the free kick will go the way of the Lions.
Yeah, great tackle there by Steele. He saw Cato, I should say, Hayes running through and was able to lay the tackle. Now further up the field is Sullivan. Now the ball might go to him, but Sullivan actually needs to be in the grandstand to get that one. That's gone out of bounds on the fall, and the Port will resume here just on half forward in front of the Brains Trust there. A couple of blokes there. That's the teacher from GYC who had a lot of years down there in Huonville. Now the kick comes in and over there to Ford. Ford's been prominent early, delivers the ball into the forward line. Is there a Holton in there? Can't pick it up. Opportunity now for Holton. That's Josh Variety. He runs backwards and now delivers the ball to Slevin in the middle of the ground. That's a wonderful by Luke Graham, and he's turned it over, and here go Huonville.
Yeah, Huonville have it now. There's been a free kick downfield. It's been pushed in the back, so Mickey Paul will have a shot on goal, and he is a magnificent kick of the footy. Luck's a fortune for the Lions, because I'm not sure if we can go back and have a look on the replay there, Jerry, but we'll see the push in the back here. This is a push in the back. Let's have a look. Oh, yeah, drove him into the ground afterwards, so Mickey Paul will be the beneficiary of that free kick.
Good with his set shots too, Tubes, Mickey Paul.
He's a beautiful kick. Look at that. Nice, straight as an arrow. Umpire doesn't move, and Mickey Paul has kicked his first goal, and the beeps start coming from around the ground. I would have thought there would have been more beeps than that.
Oh, I only heard about 4 beeps. Maybe they're a bit cold. Their hands are a bit cold and they need to be warmed up. But they're away here, and the Bennett's Petroleum replay, and there is a kick, and that's disappointing in many ways, because Cygnet have had 9 inside 50s to 3, but they haven't kicked a goal, and now we've got a goal to Huonville.
Well, scores matter when you have 6 points for the big sticks and 1 point for the little sticks, and Braden Hayes has missed 3 goals today. He'll lift in this second quarter, I'm sure. We'll be 12.5 minutes gone. Kick forward by Palm with the top knot going down forward. Here comes Hayes, so clever, so quick. Here we go. Here's a chance now for the Port. Kick forward nicely there by Duggan, and it's a goal.
Well, there you go. There's a response from
that was
the Port.
Rapid. That was rapid.
About 25 seconds, I reckon. It was a nice kick from Duggan. He was around about 45, 50 metres out. And another one. So the Port finally get there, and they get the lead back here. Port are 1 goal 4 now, and Huonville, they're just the 1 straight.
So 30 minutes gone in this first term. 1 zip 6 plays 1-4-10. Umpires have it back in the middle. Big ruck contest, 1 down by Ward. Diving on the footy here. The Port look to go forward through Ford. That's a quick kick towards Hayes. Hayes just got a hand on it, but jiving in there nicely was the Lions. Graham has it now at centre. Handball's over the top. That's a dangerous hospital-type hand pass. Coming through hard at the footy. There's Paddy O'Neill. Kept going. Handballed off to his running man in forward. Going back towards this man in Gordon. Gordon gets his kick forward. Down towards Hayes. Hayes worked it. Kept his feet beautifully. Coming through hard there nicely was Verrill. Goes backwards to Holton. Holton with that beautiful touch. Kicks it out towards Hayes. Kept his feet again, did Hayes. Beautiful work there, just strong through the core, Braden Hayes. Lines with the numbers here, they should clear. Handball's back, and they will. Free kick's been paid by umpire Hollywood, and he's called advantage.
Yeah, that was probably fortunate anyway. The ball's moved out here to Graham, who's taken a mark, just defensive side in the middle of the ground here at Huonville Oval on a Monday afternoon. A big clash, and that's kicked up, and maybe going up there is Guy. Couldn't quite mark, and the ball's been brought to ground. There's a few numbers around there, and Paddy O'Neill picks it up for the Port. The ball's back in the middle of the ground. They just need to get probably a couple of possessions in here as Dean gets tackled hard and dragged to the ground.
Gee, that was a ripping tackle. We'll see that again on the Bennett's replay.
Tackle there by Graham. That's his second really strong tackle, Graham, indicating the desperation. Just got him nice and high. But anyway, we've got a ball up forward, and now here's a chance for that man, Michael Paul, who's marked the ball around about 45 out.
This is his bread and butter, Aaron. This is what he's made of. He made the SFL rep side and kicked a few goals up there. Broke a bloke's arm too by landing on him because he's such a big unit. But Mickey Paul's a beautiful kick of the footy. So he should get this, no doubt. Distance is not a problem, just accuracy. And it's gone through further behind. And it should be brought in there by Nathan Duggan. No, it'll be off to Will Ford. So Ford to bring the ball out. Has his coach Cato out wide if he wants him. Goes in that direction.
Got to kick to the coach, don't you? Is that right?
That is rule 101 of playing footy. If the coach calls for it, kick it to him. That's a clever touch into the middle, but no one there for the Port. Going back is Page. Handballing backwards. That's clever. Into trouble here for Vincent. Vincent got his handball away, but the umpire's called holding the ball. Gee, not sure about that one, but anyway, they do a good job, the umpires. They're in a hot spot. Holton doing well down there, and Hayes looks backwards, but the free kick's going to McIndoe. Sorry, it's not all, it's Logan Bailey.
Yeah, Bailey now with the ball. He just delivers a short out to the far side of the ground here for Huonville as they start to run down that side into the sun. That's a nice mark to Golding, who's probably hasn't had a lot of touches so far, just in front of a few vehicles there. It's probably about 300 or 400 cars in today. Now that's kicked to a 1-on-2 and it's dropped short, and that's a disappointing. And Will Ford takes the defensive mark. He quickly moves the ball on, and there's that top knot of Palm. Palm swings around on his right boot, kicks the ball forward. Is there a little push out? I think I heard the umpire's whistle, and that was maybe Braden Hayes just leaning forward, and we might just see the Bennett's Petroleum replay.
Yeah, I want to see this again because I know Braden Hayes quite well. And have a look at this. We'll slow it down a little bit for you if we can. Just played for it, didn't he, Braden Hayes? So his free kick, and he's going to have a shot. Probably just on his distance, I would have thought, the boy from Burnie.
I think it was a reminiscence of an Italian footballer or a soccer player there with the way he just sort of fell forward. But you'd probably say smart play, Tubes.
Gave himself a little bit of extra on the angle. Tough distance. Distance may push him. Accuracy certainly will. But never write this guy off in the new boots. Big roost from 50. He's got the journey. Big fly over the back. Here's a chance now for Ford, who kept it in miraculously. And it's gone over the boundary line for a throw-in. Actually, it was Holton there that kept it in.
Gee, he's got the hair going, isn't he?
Yeah.
It's a super.
Benny.
I think probably all jealous, are we? The hair.
Well, that slow you down, that sort of...
No, that quickens you up. It's more of a psychological thing. With If you have such good hair like that, you just feel fantastic. Lawyer in there. Now, that was another high tackle.
Yep.
Yeah, it is. It's going to be Jennings. Reece Jennings has got the free kick here. Left forward pocket, and the Port have an opportunity to get their second goal of the quarter, and he's not far out here, Jennings. And he'd certainly hope. He's only his second touch, so he hasn't had a lot yet. He's been sort of moving forward into the forward territory now. He's going to have a shot in the left forward pocket. He's a right footer, and this should be a goal, although I've put the mockers on him.
Yeah, you coaches, commentators curse.
Yeah, Jennings now. He's actually a left footer, I should say.
Got it.
And I think the umpire will stick two fingers out and indicate a sausage roll for the Port.
Yeah, we saw the Bush Tucker man there throw the ball back, but Reece Jennings has his first for Cygnet. It was a beautiful kick, wrong side for a left footer, but as we see on the Bennett Petroleum replay, he just caressed it through beautifully on that left foot, just stabbed at it nicely. It went through for a big 6-pointer. So Huonville 1-1-7, trail Cygnet 2-4-16 on the JMC scoreboard. 19 minutes gone in this first term.
Yeah, we're back in the middle of the ground. Climbing high was Ward, and the Lions have it. Running out through the middle of the ground, the ball's brought in. Who's coming out? Well, the problem was the kick didn't really fall into any sort of territory. Pushed off the ball was Graham, and it's gone over the boundary line. The right forward pocket here for Huonville. They're attacking. Nice ball movement. They actually were able to win it out.
I don't mind the attack there from Nathan Duggan, who just attacked the footy hard in his defensive 50. He went hard at the footy and didn't quite get it, rolled out of bounds and left it in the arms of a Lions player. But I don't mind the attack on the footy there for a defender. Mickey Paul in the ruck, big punch forward. Here's a chance now. If he can get a foot to it, he punches it through for a behind. And
is that a deliberate behind that shouldn't be?
Yeah, I think so.
Anyway.
We said that Sam Dean kicked, Nathan Duggan kicked the last goal, but it definitely wasn't him. It was Sam Dean, I think. Anyway, back now. Aaron Dance has it, looks out wide, finds the coach in Cato. That's the way the coach gets most of the kicks, just by calling for the footy. Kicks long nicely down to Joey Doreen. He has it at half forward for the Port. Big long kick inside forward 50. Here's a chance now. Flew high, did the player. Swinging around the corner though, kicking it away was Tyler Clark. And it should be a ball in.
Bit of love here.
Yeah, a bit of a push and shove between a couple of boys there. All right, so attacking here, the Port. They've been inside quite a bit in their 50, but they haven't been able to capitalise.
Bounds on the full.
It has.
Oh, caught us out.
Yeah, absolutely. So here's an opportunity. Huonville with a few numbers, and that was Tyler Clark there. But now the ball's released by Huonville, but maybe not for very long as Dean marks the ball on the left-hand side. Dean's probably going to go inboard. He's got a couple of leads here. Didn't really find the right option. And now number 5 for Huonville in Lawler gets it out. Now Huonville on the left-hand foot, kicked out there to Sullivan, and he takes a mark. He's knocked off him by Paddy O'Neill, but Sullivan holds his firm, and he's away.
Yep, Sullivan taking a good couple of marks there inside the forward half for the Lions, but this is where they've broken down. Chopping in there is Aaron Dance.
Just not the best kick, was it then, Tubes?
No, just to no one's real advantage there. Had Mickey Paul running hard. Now the Lions have it. Swinging around the corner there. That man there is Jared Lawler. Don't tell me he has. Jared Lawler kicks a ripper, and Huonville are back in touch.
Well, there was some scrappy football there, Tubes, as it came through. There was probably 2 or 3 turnovers, but in the end, just Lawler. Here we go on the Bennett's Petroleum replay. Just in the right spot. That's not a bad snap from 45 on his right boot. Great goal.
Beautiful goal there to Jared Lawler. His first, and Cygnet lead Huonville by 2 points. 21.5 minutes gone in this first term.
Well, it hasn't been a completely free-flowing, Tubes, today so far, but it's been entertaining nonetheless.
Absolutely. Brereton back into the ruck for Cygnet. The veteran flies high, beautiful touch down to Palm. Palm runs on quickly, and this is how they've been able to respond. Down long, good punch from behind. Here comes this man in O'Neill, who goes forward for Cygnet, and he's kicked a behind.
You mentioned the veteran ruckman. At what stage do you become classed as a veteran?
When you're old, Duff, and Jerry Brereton is 32, he told me, and that's old.
I think it was when you have more liniment rubbed on your body and you drink beers at the end of the game.
Kicked out wide now. Here comes Adam Golding.
That doesn't make really any sense, actually.
That's why being old's confusing.
Sullivan, it went over his head. Hard at the footy down there was Graham. Going again is Braden Guy. And we'll see another ball in. And there's Duggan, the man from Cygnet. We've called him a few times, Duff, through our journey.
Yeah, a lot of these lads we've been calling a long time now. They've come up through junior footy and now playing the seniors. Always exciting to see the boys out there.
All right, contested here. Now it's popped out to McQueen. That's a great name. But it's won back here by the Port in the defensive side. The ball's out there to Jennings, but unfortunately not for long. And there's a short little chippy kick, and that's not a bad job.
Clever.
You see Mickey Paul just out of the way.
Yeah. So, okay, we've got Golding here. He's in the right forward pocket. It's a pretty tight spot.
Might as well come up with me up here, mate.
Well, he's right under us here in the commentary van.
Yeah, there's Duff.
There's Duff. There's Golding.
Why don't you call it for us, Duff?
Golding just coming in. Wheels around onto the left. Beautiful angle here. Just going to fade away, and that's a minor score.
Not enough.
How did I go there, boys?
Yeah, mate, you've done enough.
I just went into autopilot there for a second, didn't I?
As the rain starts to come down a little bit here, ladies and gentlemen.
I've got about 10 words in me, and that's about it.
Are they the same ones?
Probably. Holton with the ball, comes out. This will be cleared by number 59 here for Cygnet.
Yeah, that's Dean, who sent a burner straight down the throat as we see the rain start to come down. It is, I think, who's that? I think it's O'Neill, Jeremy O'Neill. Kicks long in towards Josh Holton. Roving nicely down there is Coombs. He transfers the play across the ground. That's a clever kick. Couldn't quite take the mark down there was McQueen. He goes inboard, finds his teammate in Mulder. Mulder has space, looks inboard, finds his teammate as in Bauman. Bauman with the band. Looks wide, finds Golding, who takes the mark at his ankles. They're looking good here. Time is of the essence though. Golding into the middle, finds the big man, the ruckman. I think it's Reece Ward.
There was a lot of leads there from Huonville. There was 3 leads coming out, and looking out stagnant. But anyway, it's popped out here. A flying shot on goal. It's going to be very close. That's to the left-hand side for one behind. That was fortunate, but there was lots of leads coming out from the Huonville forward line. He didn't look at any of them. In the end, kicked to a 1-on-2, but fortunately, they were still able to get a shot on goal. So the Port in the defensive half here, bring it back out. That's a great mark, and he's been really good today too. Ball's brooming up to the flank. The ball's popped out there by O'Neill. He couldn't mark it now on his knees as he pushed in the back, and he just didn't have enough time, and then the Huonville Lions have it back. Yep,
they'll go through Bauman into the middle. Looking across towards Clark. Hayes has got it on a string today, and he's had 3 shots from that area, and the third one goes through for Hayes. Braden Hayes kicks his first.
He's got some run, isn't he?
Oh, look, he is fit, Duff. He ran from Hobart to Burnie this year, and it was an absolute journey for him. And I tell you what, he is fit. Now, this kick here, if you're going to do it, do it. But it must hit the mark. Must hit the mark. And
yeah, nice aggression, wasn't it?
Yeah, Hayes made him pay. So Cygnet extend their lead out to 7 points. Huonville 2-4-16 to Cygnet 3-5-23.
We're back in the middle of Huonville Oval, and the big throw in. Cygnet now winning another one out of the middle of the ground. The ball goes forward. It's trying to be won there by O'Neill. O'Neill's been prominent the last few minutes. Number 11 on the other side, Mulder. The ball's hacked forward towards about 20 metres out from goal.
Gee, there's a lot of pace in there. Yep.
Has a quick shot on goal off the ground. And that is another one. That's big Josh Holton for the Port.
So it's all falling apart here for the Lions as Cygnet kicked their second in less than a minute. It was Josh Holton. And look at this pace there down there by Ollie Burke, just to drive the ball forward, and then Holton with a cherry pick kicks it through for his first. And the wheels have fallen off a little bit here because I felt like the Lions had most of the play there, Aaron.
Yeah, for about 5 minutes it was pretty even. The Lions had quite a few inside 50s, but they just weren't that structured. And they were a little slow getting the ball in there, and they weren't necessarily taking the first, second or even third option on a couple of occasions. And I suppose Cygnet now are fortunate because they've had probably a bit more of the play throughout it. Now, they have another opportunity. They get forward again, but coming in the back half there is Lawler. Now, the ball's been turned over, though, straight away, and Palmer's got it. Palmer's been prominent for the Port. He brings the ball up the flank. And this man has had a lot of the ball. He goes onto his left foot, kicks the ball in the forward line. Oh, dropped the mark. There was Doreen. Swing around on his boot is Holton. Has Holton kicked another one? Yes, he has.
Right on the siren too. Josh Holton makes the Lions pay, and just a lapse in concentration there from the Lions as the umpire says, yes, all clear. That is a goal. The Lions 2-4-16 trailing Cygnet 5-5-35. Goal kickers for Cygnet, 2 to Josh Holton, 2 in less than a couple of minutes.
Minute and a half.
Josh Holton's got 2, Reece Jennings with 1, Braden Hayes with 1, and Sammy Dean with 1 for Huonville. It is Jared Lawler with 1 and Michael Paul with 1. As we said, the rain starts to fall and the pot of gold is over there at the RSL. But what a game we've got.
Yeah, look, it was all Cygnet in the first 6 or 7 minutes here, Tubes, and they were just a little bit wasteful. Braden Hayes had a couple of shots on goal. They didn't really have too many set shots. They were winning the ball in most of the contested situations, but then kind of Huonville worked their back. Jared Loyler sort of started to get a little bit of the ball. Reece Ward, I thought, was good, and they were looking for Michael Paul up forward. He had 1 goal in that quarter. But then the last 5 minutes, in red time, I think we call it in sport, the wheels sort of fell off, and they just... it was a combination of not getting to the ball first, but the second part of it, they were just a little bit slow. Just as soon as the ball got over the back of the Huonville defenders, they weren't able to, and a couple of little sneaky goals from Holton at the back end. Yeah, absolutely, folks. So stick with us here on Duff TV, streaming across the whole entire globe, thanks to Jackson Motor Company and Bennett's Petroleum, with locations all across Tasmania. We've got your cars and petrol sorted. So back with the second quarter, sorry, in just a few moments. Stick around here on Duff TV.
Exhilarating turbo performance, advanced connectivity, and the latest safety technology. All new Suzuki Swift, the revolution of an icon.
In today's world of self-service, it's nice to know that there's still a place where you can sit back and relax. Bennett's Driveway Service, now at Snug, Lerner Valley and Sandy Bay. For more than 40 years, Bennett's Petroleum has been there for all Tasmanians.
Now live with Coach Ben.
We got the reward there in the last 5 minutes for that whole quarter of effort. They're only getting it out the back when we just made that little mistake. So be sure with our ball use going forward.
They won't touch it.
Louis, good mate. Good attack on the footy. And that's everyone. Keep attacking the footy. Get in front. Yes, you might miss it a couple of times, but keep attacking the footy. Spank, good start, mate. Good spank. Boots, just that couple of steps behind a couple of times. Got the ball because it came over the back, but we want to be right up them. So we're cutting those leads off. Myself, Paddy, as I said, mate, keep working into it. Good when we got the ball, just be really good in that contest first. 40, great start, mate. Great start. First off the square, getting back, taking some grabs. That's your game, mate. 3 more quarters of that. Killing it, mate. Pasty. Really good pace. Just a bit more burst from that wing, I reckon. The game will start to open up, and you'll come into the game from there. Just be aware when take the reward when it's there. Joe, good mate. Cheese, chicken, Sammy, great start in winning the footy. But our setup behind the ball, like that perfect example was that last goal. Yeah. Went into our forward line, we set up, we cut their options off, won the ball, get the reward, we kick the goal from there. Paddy, good. That tackle, fantastic tackle, I reckon. Yeah. But you had to lay it. Where are you? Where are you?
Behind the big dozer, mate.
You had to lay it though. You came off your man. You had to lay that tackle and you did. Good, lifts the whole side. Excellent. But we can't miss that tackle. Hazy, great start, mate.
Electric, mate.
Just make the right decision to go or to give that little one, all right? But it lifts the whole side when you're kicking goals like that. Yeah. 3 more quarters of that kind of stuff, mate. Turnbull, good in that first five. That's why I had you there. Just to put a bit of pressure on, got that goal. Another Good start to this quarter. We go from there. Dancy, good mate. As I said, that position was great.
Killing it, Dancy.
Make sure just that ball use, all right? As a whole group, we need to be better. Josh, Ben, I reckon we can get this ball use better to the two big fellas down there. I reckon the game will open up, but let's key it to their advantage. Berkey, be busy, mate. That leaves Jez, Birdie, White.
Jez,
Nels, come in.
Let's not fucking leave it there. Let's fucking start how we finish.
Not as much as what that quarter does.
All right, there we go. A little insight to the Cygnet Football Club, and Ben Cato will stick around, folks. Second quarter coming up very soon.
Exhilarating turbo performance, advanced connectivity, and the latest safety technology. All new Suzuki Swift, the revolution of an icon.
Second quarter about to get underway here at Huonville. Fair bit to be said out there by Ben Cato there. Aaron, you were out there?
Yeah, look, he was pretty confident. He was actually very positive. Picked out some particular individual efforts. And I think they're feeling pretty good at the moment, Cygnet. I think they feel like they're on top, and on the scoreboard they are on top.
They certainly are. Mark taken by Vincent. Goes inboard, finds our man with the headband. That is Bauman. Kicking long, has a man out wide. That's a strong grab with a man closing in on him for Bennett. Barnett sends one down toward Paul, but strong mark taken down there by Cygnet in the coach Cato.
Great mark by Cato in defensive half. So he's sticking up for some of the comments that he made in the quarter time there. I think that's Gordon, the long arms of Gordon, as we see a replay of Cato's defensive mark. There's a big climb coming over the back. Just need a bit more aggressive, and the ball just into the space. Anyway, Huonville with the football. McAdoo with it in the defensive half here of the ground. Goes towards the left-hand side of the ground. It's not a bad kick into some space. And the big hands there of Ward. Ward quickly onto his right boot. Kicks out, and that's a good mark. Ah, here he is.
The leading forward. Duff would be frothing at the mouth right now, wouldn't you, Duff?
Just great to be able to see this today. You know, you've got players in positions, and it brings in the leading forward into the game. It's like the good old days, Tubes.
Yeah, we saw on the replay, thanks to Bennett's Petroleum, how strong a grab he is on the lead. Inside 50s quickly there, Aaron?
Yeah, this is the 14th, in fact 15th inside 50 compared to 9th. So actually 9th inside 50, I should say, for Huonville.
He's just sprayed it a little bit. He's usually a beautiful kick of the footy, but there would be a little bit of dew. The rain has stopped. Great drainage here at Huonville Oval.
Is that a joke?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Will Ford.
I think it is.
800 millimetres a year here in Huonville, so the metre bureaucracy, bureology. Anyway, we'll can over to Tubes. We'll get back on here.
The bomb.
Verrill takes the mark. He looks out wide towards the scoreboard. Strong mark by Doreen, sorry.
He's got his stats happening. 800 millimetres of rain in Huonville.
Yeah.
What's Hobart?
Yeah, he's full of
about
rubbish.
670.
Oh, right. Thanks for that.
Big kick down. Paul is there. Big punch away. And Mickey Paul sees the ball over towards the scoreboard there. The JMC scoreboard, of course.
Yeah, wonderful sponsors come on board. Jackson Motor Company and also Bennett's Petroleum, helping us bring this game, getting the van over the saddle and down the hill. It's done about 9 million kilometres, this van. I'm surprised it got over the saddle with everyone in it. But anyway, we made it. All right, so, sorry, the ball's popped out. That was Lawler. Now it's gone out to Ward, who handballs the ball over. Finds Clark, who has, well, he had some space, but the oval ball doesn't always bounce how we like it. And there's number 15, Cameron Wilcox. Pops the ball over to Verrill, and it's gone over the boundary line.
Hard on the footy there by Tyler Clark. And we'll see a boundary throw in right in front of the Jackson Motor Company Amarok over there. Ball in, right on forward 50. Mickey Paul will go up in the ruck, wins it down. Taps it straight, though, to Reece Jennings. Diving on the footy hard there was our man, Bauman. And we'll see a ball up here right on forward 50 for the Lions.
The umpire just copped in his chin there as the ball's handed back.
Umpire Hollywood's got one of his own boys playing today.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's a hard enough game of football, isn't it? If you're getting copped on the chin, and you kept cop the abuse from the Nanas knitting away just in front of the grandstand here. Anyway, Huonville with the ball, and they're going to go inside 50. It was a kick into space, but there was no one there. It was all Cygnet. And Cato brings the ball out to the commentary side of the ground. Ken McAdoo does a good job. That's his third mark he's taken contested. And here's a replay on the Bennett Petroleum. One hand, two hands into the mitts. Now it's kicked to the top of the square. It's knocked around. Here's an opportunity for Sullivan. Screws it around high into the air. Flying forward. Did he nearly mark that? He didn't. Getting on the ground is Guy, and it's going to be a ball up here right in front of the goals for the Lions.
I think that's your phone ringing there, Duff. You'd have many.
It was.
No, okay, just on the replay. Punched across the line here, should go through for a behind if Cygnet are any good. Mickey Paul's in there. Scrimped up nicely there by Sullivan. Handballed over the top. Here's a chance now for Palm. Tapped it out nicely, and they will clear through Dean, who handballed to himself. That was dangerous because Lawler was lurking. Kicked into the middle, punched away by Cygnet. Here's a chance now for Sullivan if he can get a hold of it. Gets a push in the back. Nothing doing. Umpires pulled something out. A free kick.
Yeah, free kick to Sullivan here, Tubes.
Yeah, copped him high. Too high. There's a couple of players down on the ground. We'll see the replay. Oh, clash of heads.
Well, the push was in the side mostly, but yeah, there was a clash of heads as the players went down the ground. And
yeah, the Cygnet player down there, Reece Jennings, hasn't moved.
Yeah, he's a bit sore, Reece Jennings.
It'll be Sullivan's free kick. He's okay. Seems to be all right.
The trainer's taken a while here, Tubes, to get out of the ground. I don't know if
it's pretty much
watching.
as far away from the trainers as the trainer can get. It was just a clash of heads. Nothing vicious in it whatsoever. Just a really hard hit. He doesn't look too well there, Reece Jennings.
Come off and have a rest, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Here he is.
So, Sullivan with the kick. Burns one down, but only the point. They needed that, didn't they, Duff?
Yeah, a lot of set shots missed already in this game.
All right, it's 2-5 here to 5-6. Early stages of the second quarter, and the mark's being taken by Dean. Dean in the defensive half goes to the grandstand side of the ground. Now, there's a couple of leads on here, and he ends up going short, and that's probably not a bad, and he finds Palm. He goes towards the middle of the ground. Dangerous kick. If it's paid off, it's good. That's probably what you want to do. And now number 58 moves the ball forward, and there's a strong mark. Holt swings around onto his right. It's a slightly scrappy kick. Finds Palm. Palm has to play on because it wasn't 5. Jennings delivers the ball forward to a big contest in the square. Look out, Holton. Couldn't get his foot on it.
Absolutely ripping tackle there as Huonville bring the ball out through Golding.
Gee, carried on Holton, didn't he?
That was fantastic. Right. Holton took a while to get off the ground there. Like he'd had a couple of too many schooners.
Momentum change here in just a matter of moments, boys.
All right, so
they need to go down and kick a goal here.
Well, they do, and Golding here. See a replay in the Bennett Petroleum replay.
Yeah, we want to see what happened down there with Holton.
Quite anyway. Well, back to the action here. Adam Golding
delivers fish caught
the ball forward, but it's turned over, and there is Andrew Palm with the ball.
Yep, Palm brings it down towards Holton. Big punch away by the Huonville player. Just scrubbing it forward there nicely. Holton, that is Ben, picks it up. He goes towards Hayes. They've got time here through Steele. Steele moving the ball up, and the strong grab going back with the flight there for, I think that's Nathan. I'm not sure who that is. We'll find out who that is, 48. Big punch away there by the Lions. Out there by himself is Cam Johns. Handballs up to a running man in Tyler Clark. Clark going long, and it's gone out of bounds in front of the two players there. And we will see a boundary thrown.
What's going on over here?
That is a game that I have no interest in, Duff. None whatsoever.
Just be careful what you say, Tubes.
I don't mind. I just like footy.
He can't even speak.
I just like footy.
Speechless.
He likes
we need to
vegetables.
We need to go like this, don't we?
Yeah, that'd be good. Thanks, Duff.
The ground doesn't look that great over there, does it?
No, well, they're playing on sand. On the beach, Huonville Beach.
Anyway, we'll get to the pigskin oval variety. Number 12 there, Doreen.
Do something about that backdrop. Feeling ill.
Now, you've made everyone aware of it now, Duff, and it's going to probably put all the viewers off, and there's quite a few viewers tuning in. And we've got Colin on his Datsun, just wandering in and listening in. He's just, he loves his football here. Now the ball's delivered in. Oh, look out. It's Holton. He probably should have marked that Holton, and coming through was Coombs.
Something's happening on play here, boys.
Jennings will just keep to the footy at the moment. Cato delivers the ball forward, and that is a goal to the Port.
Yeah, Ben Cato gets his first. The coach loves it. There's a player down behind play. I think he might have copped one there. It is Daniel Golding. As we saw, Ben Holton had time of plenty and space, and not sure what happened to him as we see him on screen here, but what a goal there on the Bennett's Petroleum replay by Ben Cato, kicking one through the big sticks for 6 points and extending that lead out to 23 points.
Just showing an example there, Tubes, of being efficient with your kicking. And just that he's had a bit more experience, Cato. He's probably played a little bit more at a higher level. And you just see the contact on the boot. That was fantastic. But anyway, Samuel Dean, I should say, with the ball. Gets it out to Verrill. He's on the centre wing now. There's a lot of trainers in the way here as the ball comes up. That's about 4 of them scattered. Look like seagulls were being scattered. There's Whitehouse, drops the ball. He gets tackled by 2 players. And the umpire said, took too long, young man. And now the ball's won out by McAdoo, who delivers the ball up to the half-forward line. Finds Sullivan.
Player on Sullivan.
Yeah, well, they've done this a few times in the first quarter, Huonville. They didn't really go for that lead. Now there's 2. Oh, that's just nearly fallen into the hands. Tackled without the ball, and will be a free kick here to Huonville. And he spits out his mouth guard there, Liam Ward, a la the Stars. He's going to pop it down his sock. No, he's not. So he's lining up from about 50 out. What do you reckon, Tubes? Is he a chance to kick this one?
Yeah, he's a chance. He's a beautiful kick of the footy, Liam Ward. We'll see how he goes. Distance may trouble him. He gets every piece of it, makes the journey, no problems, and it's gone through for behind, though, on the Jackson Motor Company scoreboard. So a couple of scores now to Huonville in this second term. Probably should have been goals, but it'll be Ford to bring it out for the Port. Moving it out wide, finds Hayes. Hayes quickly onto his running man. Just a little chip up forward for Paddy O'Neill, who takes the grab at half-back. Has a man out wide. Closing speed was good by the Lions, but he's kicked it out of bounds there, and it'll be a free kick going the way of James McIndoe. Moving the ball inboard. Flew high. Scooped it up. Here's a chance now for Clark.
Yeah, there was Clark, delivers the ball in, doesn't have a lot of options, but pushed into the football. Is that Barnett? Yes, it is. Tristan Barnett with the footy, and he's taken a mark on his chest. He kind of was shoved in the back. I think actually he's a defender there, actually might have helped him in Duggan, and it's going to be an opportunity here for Barnett.
Sliding in on the knees,
yeah.
A la Strictly Ballroom.
All right. He's around about 35 metres out. This is an important kick for the Huonville Lions. He wheels around, kicks, and it looks like it's fading to the right-hand side for a minor score for the Lions.
2 goals, 8, lads.
They've had opportunities, haven't they, Duff?
2 goals, 8. Deary me.
So Ford to bring it in for the Port. Just chipping out wide.
Who are you going for?
Finds Hayes.
You got a favourite team out there, Tubes?
No, I just love footy.
But not soccer.
Jeremy O'Neill. Up towards the teammate there in Paddy O'Neill. Hard on the footy. There's Palm, who managed to pick it up, but a great tackle there by Luke Graham. Umpire has pulled a free kick.
Well, that was Luke Graham's 4th tackle I've got him for. He's been really prominent, but yeah, I'm not sure that was for.
Yep, back to Johns. Johns handballs over to Steele. Steele with the worm burner down towards his teammates down their forward line. Steele gets it back though, chips it up. Big strong almost mark to Johns, but a punch away by the Cygnet player. And we'll see another boundary throw in.
All right, so it's just tightened up a little bit here. Huonville have trying to work their way back in. They need to be a little bit more accurate with their kicking. They're
general
gone forward
play
again.
There.
Yeah, they're definitely winning as many contested contests. And we'll see what happens here. Look out for number 11, Mulder. Hasn't had a lot of the ball. I think he's going to have to get a bit stuck in there as the ball, and Schenk watches it go over the boundary line, and we're going to have another throw in here for the umpire. Looks pretty laid back and casual there. The boundary umpire just getting himself set around 50 metres out of some gentlemen there with their hands up, shielding them from the Huonville sunshine.
Yeah, she'll burn you down here. Big ruck contest by Brereton. Sullivan gets it away, kicked forward by the Lions. It bounces up over the top, but the numbers with the Port. Comes out to Cato. Handballs back towards his teammate there in Gordon. Gordon back to Cato. Cato handballs over the top to a running man in It's not Duggan, it's Wilcox. Coming through hard there, Cato trying hard. Mickey Paul with strength. He takes on 3 of them and says, I've got you all. Handballed away into the middle. Brereton came through hard.
Oh,
the big 6'5" man. Yeah, he did.
Straight
Came out
back up.
nicely. Yeah, bounced up, but a free kick should go the way of the team there, Tristan Barnett.
It's got a bit more physical here, Tube, so I think there's a little bit of passion starting to show here at the moment. There's some pretty heavy clashes on, particularly when the ball's pretty close.
Didn't Brereton cop it?
Yeah, he did. We might just see what this free kick was for here, Duff. We go back a little bit further there, Jerry.
Got Tristan Barnett as we just wait for the replays. Barnett drives the ball long into the Huonville forward line. Paul's been taken off the ball. Is there a free kick?
Yep.
He wants to demand it. We can tell by the Cygnet players there the disappointment on their faces.
Will Ford was dirty, but have a look at this.
He was held. His left arm was held.
Yeah, definitely held.
Ford didn't see it, I suppose. And a bit like Christmas, when you're not happy with a present, you just have that disgusted look at Santa Claus. But anyway, Michael Paul with a shot from 30 metres out directly in front. Needs to kick this goal. And that's exactly what Michael Paul does for the Lions. Haunched over and a goal to Huonville.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see Mickey Paul get a bit of a run in the middle through the ruck a little bit later, boys. But Mickey Paul with a strong kick, his beautiful kick. That was the free kick. And have a look at Will Ford here. Just furious. And he threw it back.
He did a good job not to ping that back at his head, actually.
Yeah, well done. And Mickey Paul with the socks up, looking like a footballer. Jumper tucked in nicely. Went back and kicked the goal. Thanks to Bennett's Petroleum for the replay. So back in the middle. Brereton back in the ruck. Up against his opponent there in Ward. Followed by the Port. Here's a chance now for them. They dive on the footy down there, Dance. Handballed up by the Lions. Nicely worked. Here they go forward through that man, Braden Guy. Nice strong mark out there on the far wing. They just look a bit slow here before they move the footy forward. Paul read it best and just shoved his opponent there, Cam Wilcox, off their footy and took a great mark. Have a look at this.
It was a nice kick because it was into space behind him, and Wilcox just got, I suppose he got out-thought. He's done this a lot, hasn't he, Paul? Just used his body at the right moment. It was into the space. But you're right, though, Tubes. They've been a little slow in bringing the ball forward. On several occasions, we've seen leads not taken up. But there's an opportunity to kick 2 goals in a couple of minutes. He's good with his set shots, Paul. Strides in. And I think he's just snuck that in for another one for Huonville. And they are back within 10 points.
They absolutely are. It's 9 points the difference here on the JMC scoreboard. 4-8-32 plays 6-5-41 on the Bennett's Petroleum replay as well. We saw that beautiful kick. Mickey Paul, that's his 40th goal for the season.
Wow, he's done well. And the big sort of move at the moment, sort of in this game, or the big change, is Huonville now have had 10 inside 50s to 3 in this quarter.
Well, that's the stats that we're relying on from you today, Aaron.
All right, so back in the middle of the ground, and it's going to be scrapped out the side here. Trying to win it there was Jennings, and the ball's just caught between an unusual spot. And we're going to have a ball up only about a metre from where they did it a few moments ago. Brereton in the ruck.
Good to see him back on the ground there, Jennings. Yeah. He did cop that one early.
He copped it hard, but Ward probably won that touch with his right hand. Now we're back into that contested ball again, and Stacks on the mill as number 25 for Cygnet. Ben Holton, who's just moved up through the middle of the ground. We've got another throw up here, so we haven't gone more than 1.5 metres here in the last sort of 45 seconds. Brereton wins it out. Probably a little lucky to get a handball. The umpire might have pinged him here.
He has.
And he has, and Hume will have the free kick through Ward.
Yep, Liam Ward there, just sharked him very quickly. Sends one down inside forward 50. A strong mark to Sullivan, coming out and meeting the footy.
It's been good this quarter, hasn't he, Sullivan?
Yeah, he's taken some strong grabs. He's a good player. So he'll go back.
He fancies himself from here.
It's a short 50 here.
Is this his second shot on goal, too, Choose, from this distance? The other one just short.
Send it long and send it strong, and that's a beautiful goal from Brad Sullivan, his first on the JMC scoreboard. And they are within 3 points here at Huonville, and now the horns start to go.
All right, so people are probably watching the football a bit more now, and the horns definitely are going as the fans from Cygnet. It's a lovely township just over the hill here. They've come across and look, they're all coming out of their cars here on the commentary side of the ground, and they're enjoying the sunshine. We're enjoying it here in Huonville on Duff TV, and it's only 3 points the difference as we're back in the middle of the ground. Brereton taking on Ward. Brereton probably won that with his left hand. There's a big contest coming through from Ben Holton. And now they're calling ball.
They are.
The left-hand side here. Some gentlemen have had a few frosties. Ben Holton won that.
It was like Yates coming in on Brereton that time.
Anyway.
Before your time, Tubes.
We're gone short here. And this is an inside forward entry, not marked, unfortunately, there by Doreen. He goes to ground. Porter got numbers on. Dean in there, pops the ball over the top. Cato on his right foot. Cato might have shot one back, and there's Cygnet, and they respond within a minute to those 3 in a row from Huonville.
Well, that was beautiful from the coach there, exactly what they needed, and he was sitting at the back there nicely, just knew the ball would eventually pop out and send it through, no problems. Experience is a fortune here at Huonville Oval. That's his 2nd goal for the day.
Ben Holton's knock in the middle of the ground then, Choose, was just that aggression for the football, and the hair probably helped him, I think, where it somehow assists him in some sort of magical format. He won the free kick, 2 good possessions, and then Cato on that side. He's already kicked another one. That's his 2nd from that spot in this quarter.
Yep, hot spot there. Brereton in the ruck up against his opponent there in Ward. Good contest provided by both. Here's a chance now for Graham. Swings it around the corner to half forward, leading the race out there. The Lions do okay from behind. They kick it long. Here's a chance for Mickey Paul, who's so strong on the ball. Dove on it, then almost flattened the footy. Manages to find his feet, just scooped it out backwards, and the man being tackled down there, I think, is Luke Graham. And
bit of a push and shove.
Yep, a little bit of an angry.
I love how umpire Hollywood always rushes in.
He looks like he's trying to lay a tackle.
Throw the ball up, Hollywood.
Well, he wants it back.
Throw the ball up.
He
needs to get it off Paul, doesn't he?
Just throw it up. Just throw the ball up. That's how you get this stop. There's a bit of a wrestle here. Kane Nielsen's on the bottom of it.
This is all part of the day, though.
Here we go. There we go, Hollywood. Good stuff. That's what we want.
They gained 15 metres with that as well.
And the other umpires picked out a free kick.
Yeah, well, that's why they've got 2 umpires. That's why they've got 2 umpires. Just throw the ball up, you call the game, the other umpire will come through and take control.
50 metres too here.
Yep. Well, just crazy stuff here from both sides.
Just theatre, boys.
Just play the footy, I reckon.
I'll let them go, Tubes.
Yeah,
there's some excitement here in the commentary van.
You know how I feel about this stuff. I don't like seeing this aggressive rubbish. Attack the footy, attack it hard.
There's nothing in there, Tubes.
Yeah,
it's just a bit of...
Just a waste of time, though.
Anyway, I might just take over, and Tubes, you can just just keep steaming, mate. Holton had it there, but now it's one out by Huonville. They bring it outside to the near side of the ground. That one's dropped, unfortunately, by Page. The ball goes to ground. Good tackle, and we're going to have a hold up here. There's more, bit of a push and shove. That was McQueen having a bit of a ruckus there. We've got to throw up. There's quite a few extra players around the ball. Player coming off the bench was Ward. He's been prominent in this quarter, and you get to see the aggression there on Bauman, who wanted the football, and he's now having a bit of a push and shove with Brereton. I think they're okay, though.
Doesn't Jerry Brereton know that he's on TV? He just looked straight down the barrel of the camera then, Duff. He knew you were watching him. He won it down nicely. Coming through hard there was Dean. Into the middle now for the Port. That's a dangerous kick across goal. Here's a chance now for Bennett, who dives on the footy, lost his feet, though. It's kicked out away by Slevin. Does really well, though, to get it out of his immediate area. Trying hard in there is Bauman. Diving on the footy, just scrubbing hard. And we'll see a ball up here, right on centre wing.
Well, it's a pretty exciting last 5 minutes. We've seen Huonville come back into the game, and now we're seeing a little bit of passion from the people with the horns. That's the car horns, and also some of the fans just down to our left-hand side.
It's a slow start by the crowd.
Yeah, the crowd are warming into this one. They have to keep warm because in about 40 minutes it'll be about 2 degrees here as the sun disappears. There's Palm. He knocks the ball backwards, finds Gordon. Gordon's now knocked off it. It's Cygnet. Deliver the ball forward. Look out.
That was magnificent there by Jackson Gordon. Just lowered the eyes perfectly under pressure and then sent one straight into the advantage of the leading man coming out to take the grab. And he'll go back. I think it's Doreen.
Yep.
We'll go back and have a shot on goal.
So, Porton kicked this one. This is only their 5th inside 50 for the quarter. He's just right in front of us, wandering in. is Joseph Dyreen from 35. I think that's going to, oh, look at that. That post is crooked, by the way. We can see it here. It's actually crooked. Anyway, I think they might have added an extra 4 or 5 metres to it, and it hit about 3/4 up and a 1 behind for Port.
Yep, so the lines to bring it out. We can see it from here. It might not look like it on screen, but there is a little bit of a bend in it. Ruck contest, big contest there. Mickey Paul came through and rode the bump beautifully. Handballed off nicely there to Page. Page got his kick away. Paul's going to get it back though. He's got time and pace and uses it. Kicking it long up the wing.
What a kick.
Sullivan almost taking the mark, trying hard back there. Playing for the free kick was Luke Graham.
You've got to love watching a player like Mickey Paul. It's just such a beautiful kick of the ball, Aaron.
He's old school, isn't he, Duff?
He is old school, but he's very effective.
There's something a little bit fancy about him, though. He's got a very good contact on it, technique.
Vincent in the centre of the ground. Pops it down to Paul, who should have a shot from here.
Yeah, some players can just
you
make
watch,
the
he'll
ball
have a shot.
spin.
He will have a shot. Have a shot, Mickey Paul. Nah, decides against it. Waits
That's
for
a good kick.
his man to come out and meet the footy, and that's Luke Graham. Beg your pardon, it's not at all. It's Adam Golding. Golding out towards Sullivan, who takes the grab. And he's at a tough spot here, Aaron.
Yeah, well, he's already kicked. Has he kicked one from this pocket already, Golding? No, I don't think he has kicked a goal, has he? Do we have him down for a goal? No.
No.
So left forward pocket. Golding.
Oh, no, this is Sullivan.
Sorry, I should say Sullivan. Brad Sullivan.
He's got one.
Yeah, Brad Sullivan, right foot. It's going to go across the face. There's an opportunity for a mark at the back. Wasn't done.
Mickey Paul.
He was at back half of the ground a minute ago, and now he's settling his forward, his dance then. We hear a whistle. Is it out of bounds or is it out on the full? No. And it's just, so I think it's a free kick. Can we see a replay? No, we might not be able to get a replay there.
I think it's out of bounds, but umpire Hollywood just was saying to somebody, settle down, son.
Yeah. He's just calming things down.
Nothing.
He might try and build it up and calm it down. I don't know. It's hot and cold at the moment. Anyway, the Port had the ball in the back half. Cato, he's going to run it out with a handball. And he finds Hayes. Look at Hayes. He wants to, hasn't probably had too many touches this quarter on his left foot. Not a bad kick from Hayes. And that's a brilliant, is that a mark? No, it's not. I thought Doreen had that one. And there's a good contest down there. And Alex Vincent lays a tackle and holds the ball up for Huonville.
Yep, so at half forward for, yeah, you just see on the Bennett's Petroleum replay, didn't quite hold it there. It just hit the ground. So umpire Hollywood will ball it up here at half forward for the Port. Throws it up.
Got umpire of the year last year.
Yeah, he's a good umpire. Oh, that's a free kick. That'll go the way of, I think it's Liam Ward. No, it is Reese Ward. The Ward boys. Shifts it out. Scooped up nicely there by Steele. Driving it long in the Sullivan direction. Scooped up there, and that is Kane Nielsen, who handballed off to the coach just because he asked for it. But it is a 10-point ball game here at halftime. Huonville 5-8-38 to Cygnet 7-6-48 on the JMC scoreboard. Goal kickers for Cygnet. We've got 2 to Josh Holton, 2 to Ben Cato, and then singles to Reece Jennings, Braden Hayes, and Samuel Dean. And for Huonville, the Lions, it is 3 to Mickey Paul, 1 to Brad Sullivan, and 1 to Jared Lawler. How did you see that first half, Aaron?
Yeah, well, it was probably a contrast a little bit. The first sort of 5 minutes was all Cygnet, and they were able to have quite a few shots on goal. They were a little inaccurate. Huonville then just worked back through general play, and they had a couple of nice goals from Michael Paul up forward. Then we saw kicking away in that first quarter, Cygnet. But look, the early stages of that quarter, we thought Cygnet were going to run over it. But it was turned around, and Huonville were able to work their way back in and get a few, sort of, I suppose, better ball movements up forward. Michael Paul's been dangerous in the forward line, but it was just more generally that they were a little bit better with their decision-making and actually did kick into some space instead of just trying to bomb the ball long.
Yeah, I think I was just about to touch on that. I think the work of Brad Sullivan, Tristan Barnett and Luke Graham on that half-forward line have really worked that ball forward to get that momentum switch from Cygnet to Huonville. But repeating, folks, it is a 10-point ball game here to the Cygnet Port Adelaide. Gee, what am I doing? The Cygnet Football Club. We'll be right back in just a few moments. Stick around for the second half of this match in just a few moments here on Duff TV.
today's world of self-service, it's nice to know that there's still a place where you can sit back and relax. Bennett's Driveway Service, now at Snug, Lerner Valley and Sandy Bay. For more than 40 years, Bennett's Petroleum has been there for all Tasmanians.
With exhilarating turbo performance, advanced connectivity, and the latest safety technology. All new Suzuki Swift, the revolution of an icon.
In today's world of self-service, it's nice to know that there's still a place where you can sit back and relax. Bennett's Driveway Service, now at Snug, Lerner Valley and Sandy Bay. For more than 40 years, Bennett's Petroleum has been there for all Tasmanians.
With exhilarating turbo performance, advanced connectivity, and the latest safety technology. All new Suzuki Swift, the revolution of an icon.
In today's world of self-service, it's nice to know that there's still a place where you can sit back and relax. Bennett's Driveway Service, now at Snug, Lerner Valley and Sandy Bay. For more than 40 years, Bennett's Petroleum has been there for all Tasmanians.
With exhilarating turbo performance, advanced connectivity, and the latest safety technology. All new Suzuki Swift. The revolution of an icon.
In today's world of self-service, it's nice to know that there's still a place where you can sit back and relax. Bennett's Driveway Service, now at Snug, Lerner Valley and Sandy Bay. For more than 40 years, Bennett's Petroleum has been...
Sorry. You're all right. Is it Madam President? Ogilvie, the president of the SFL, and it's great to be down here on a special day, Maddie.
It's fantastic. What a turnout. Isn't it great?
Isn't it?
So many cars, so many people. Brilliant sunny day. Doesn't the Huon turn it on?
I always come, whenever I come to the Huon Valley, it's always like this, Madeline.
Oh, of course, it never rains in the Huon.
No, and the SFL's going from strength to strength.
Oh, look, we've worked really, really hard at building up our competition and our league. We're absolutely astounded at how well it's going. More people are coming to the game, more people are playing the game. We've launched the women's competition this year, which has been fantastic.
It has been brilliant.
They can be a bit rough. I've had to have words to them, but the women's comp's going really well, and that, that'll just increase as we go forward as well.
Absolutely, and Huonville versus Cygnet, one of the oldest rivalries in the SFL.
It's when two towns come together for the showdown.
It's not too far to get from here down to Cygnet, so obviously that's why we get so many people here today.
Yeah.
And raising money for the Breast Cancer Network of Australia as well.
So this is Pink Socks Day. It's a wonderful day. The women here have done a fantastic job at their fundraiser. Packed out venue, really good fundraiser. The food is amazing. We've all got our pink on today. The boys have got their pink socks on. It just couldn't be better.
No, fantastic stuff, Madam President.
Yes,
so great
Madam President.
Yeah, of course. Last thing for you.
Sure.
I know it's hard for you to pick being the president. What's your tip for today?
Not allowed to have favourites. Can't do it. My tip is everybody should donate more to the Breast Cancer Foundation.
Terrific stuff. Thanks for joining us, Madeline Ogilvie.
No worries. Thank you, Tube.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
With exhilarating turbo performance, advanced connectivity, and the latest safety technology. All new Suzuki Swift. The revolution of an icon.
In today's world of self-service, it's nice to know that there's still a place where you can sit back and relax. Bennett's Driveway Service, now at Snug, Lerner Valley and Sandy Bay. For more than 40 years, Bennett's Petroleum has been there for all Tasmanians.
exhilarating turbo performance, advanced connectivity, and the latest safety technology. All new Suzuki Swift, the revolution of an icon.
In today's world of self-service, it's nice to know that there's still a place where you can sit back and relax. Bennett's Driveway Service, now at Snug, Lerner Valley and Sandy Bay. For more than 40 years, Bennett's Petroleum has been there for all Tasmanians.
With exhilarating turbo performance, advanced connectivity, and the latest safety technology. All new Suzuki Swift, the revolution of an icon.
In today's world of self-service, it's nice to know that there's still a place where you can sit back and relax. Bennett's Driveway Service, now at Snug, Lerner Valley and Sandy Bay. For more than 40 years, Bennett's Petroleum has been there for all Tasmanians.
With exhilarating turbo performance, advanced connectivity, and the latest safety technology. All new Suzuki Swift, the revolution of an icon.
In today's world of self-service, it's nice to know that there's still a place where you can sit back and relax. Bennett's Driveway Service, now at Snug, Lerner Valley and Sandy Bay. For more than 40 years, Bennett's Petroleum has been there for all Tasmanians.
With exhilarating turbo performance, advanced connectivity, and the latest safety technology. All new Suzuki Swift, the revolution of an icon.
Good. You know what else I need too?
We're back live at Huonville, and as the fans around the ground have enjoyed a meat pie or a saveloy from the wonderful canteen. We'll make it an update in a minute from Tubes. At the moment, the Lions just down by 4 at 10 points here against Cygnet. The early stages, half-time. We're about to kick off here. Tubes, what was the canteen like, mate?
Roast beef rolls are where it's at there, Aaron. Roast beef rolls, I'm all about those. Brilliant stuff. They were delicious, they were nutritious, and they were everything you could ever dream of.
How were the salves?
Wow.
I haven't had a salve myself today.
Yep, that's unusual for you, Duff.
Yeah, it's been all the
Saturday
good
morning
stuff.
salve.
It's been a great first half of football here in Huonville, traditional rivals. We had a little bit of trouble getting Cygnet poured out. They used to be the Magpies. That'd be much easier to say, wouldn't it, in the old days? Anyway, we're away here in the second half in the Southern Football League. And the ball's there, won by Dean. He gets tackled to the ground by Lawler. And now the ball travels forward. There's a frenetic start here for the Huonville Lions. They're just down by 10 at the moment. They need to sort of get that first score on the board. Now we're back in the middle of the ground. There's Palm. He's had a lot of the ball in the first half. Delivers the ball forward. Is there a mark? Yes, there is.
Holton, you just can't give him room like that, and the ball's dropping in from a high spot. The defenders really need to just kill that ball. The two Holton boys there,
yep,
right spot.
Yeah, I just thought then it was Golding. Just needed to probably just push back a little bit into the area where the ball was landing, and then now Holton has an opportunity in the Josh variety to kick a goal here in the early stages to put Port out. 45 out. It's a bit of a wiggle and a wobble. Kicks on its way. The umpire doesn't even move. And that is a great start for the Cygnet Port here in the early stages of the third quarter.
That's his 49th goal of the season there for Josh Holton. And you said it, wiggle and a wobble. I'm not sure if that's a dig at Josh Holton at all, but he just came in nice. He's a beautiful kick of the footy, kicking the footy down there in Cygnet with his brother Ben, and a magnificent kick. Goal umpire did not move, and he hits the JMC scoreboard and extends their lead out to 16 points.
Ravi Ashwan, the cricketer friend, he does a little wobble like that as he comes in off his third step. So I wonder if he's been copying an Indian right arm off spinner.
Yeah, I would think so. Brereton in the middle. Big ruck contest up against Ward. Goes forward for the Port. Leading the race back there nicely is Vincent. He handballs over the top, and the Lions will clear from defensive 50. Out wide, trying to find Johns. Johns himself calls himself the legend, apparently. That's a big tackle on Palm, who got his kick away. A handball out to Verrill, sorry, and it'll be killed over the line in front of the JMC scoreboard.
Still in.
Didn't go out. Well done by the Lions players to keep it moving. Kicked forward now by the Lions. Here's a chance now for that man flying high, Sullivan, who is a big unit. Goes back, has Mickey Paul leading for him. That's a beautiful kick in the Paul direction, and strong grab down there to Mickey Paul. What a movement.
Yeah, that was
out there by Sullivan.
That was probably nearly their best passage to play for the whole game as we see the replay. The Bennett's Petroleum replay there, and Paul marks the ball about 45 out, but it was just a nice bit of smooth, silky football here on a winter's day in Huonville.
Yep. So Mickey Paul, socks pulled up, a little bit of tape on him too. I like to see that. He goes back, he'll kick from about 40 metres out. He's a beautiful kick of the footy. They need this, the Lions. He leans back on it, but he's just drifted across the face of goal, and it is a behind.
So missed there for the Lions, and Cygnet will bring the ball back. It's just waiting for a couple of short option. They haven't gone short that often. It was a partly dangerous kick, but not if the ball was marked. Then anyway, we kicked it out here. Running after that is Schenk. Hasn't had a lot of the ball, pushed off by Brereton, and running around the back is Verrill. Verrill now wins the football, sneaks the ball across and gets it into Palm, and Palm delivers a nice kick. And here goes Cygnet. Palm gets it back, finds his friend again, and Cygnet with Cato. I think actually might have been Whitehouse. Left foot. Is that a free kick? Yes, over the shoulder. And that could be play on. And is that a goal? I think it is. Laporte had a response.
Braden Hayes kicks his second, and it was just rapid stuff from the half-back line. They moved it long forward quickly. There's the free kick right there, but Hayes read it best and and he says that's a goal.
I think he made sure that the advantage on a get, because he stuck his hand here to celebrate before he'd even kicked the football, I think, there, Braden Hayes. But it was a good contest, and just being in front, nice work there. The Jackson Motor Company scoreboard at the moment shows us that it's a 21-point lead here to Cygnet here in the early stages. 4 and a bit gone. The big ruck contest there. Ward tried to win it down. Now there's a big tackle, and it's going to be holding. No, it might be holding the man there, just a bit late on it. Yep,
Bauman has it now, moves it forward. Trying hard down there is O'Neill, that's Paddy O'Neill. Does well back there, Patrick Verrill, gets his handball off, and Port will clear up to half forward.
It's a nice mark there in the half forward line by Dance, Aaron Dance, who got to mention it at quarter time on keep his good work going, defensive pressure, and there's some skill there as Josh Holton marks the ball in the right forward pocket here and struts back. He's definitely spit on the hands, rubs it in, and is definitely going to go back and have a shot here, Josh Holt.
Got a bit of glue on the hands, you reckon, Aaron?
Well, he might have. He, yeah, might be maybe even a bit of a sauce from the gravy roll. Maybe he had one from the canteen as well.
Do you think it works, the old spit on the hand?
Depends what you're doing. If you want to shake someone's hand, don't do it. But if you haven't even shot for goal, it's probably okay. Looking for his second goal for the quarter. Well, look at the umpire. He did not move. He looked like a 15-year-old on his first date. He was stunned and didn't move at all. And there is a goal to Josh Holton. He's second for the quarter.
Well, he's now kicked 50 goals in 12 matches. So he's averaging over 4 goals a game. He's kicked 4 in this match. And with kicks like that, you can wiggle, you can wobble, you can spit on your hands, whatever you want to do. If you're kicking them through the big sticks, it doesn't matter.
Oh, you'll be a hero, wouldn't you, at the end of the game, and particularly if you can get up near 80, 90 goals, which I think these days, Tubes, even in country football, there's a lot of goals to kick if you're kicking around about 4 a game.
Umpire Hollywood, back in the middle. Sorry, Duff.
Danger time here.
Yeah, real danger.
It's look at them winning the most of the sort of contests, and also getting the free kicks at the moment too, Cygnet.
Yeah, Jennings from the centre, driving it long. Ben Holton's underneath it. Hayes roves beautifully. That's his bread and butter. He ran into trouble though. Got his handball away quickly, but the umpire says no.
Hayes reckoned he got a handball, which he did, but I think the umpire said, well, he just took too long anyway.
Moves the ball out wide. Lions looking to attack more accurately with their handball over the top. Oh, that's rubbish.
The ball's gone out of bounds there a few times. I don't know if they've got a few family friends just in the wet area there. But anyway, we've got what's going on there? It's on my left-hand side, one of the Duffettes. But anyway, it's Jackson Gordon. Kicks the ball long. Look out, Hayes, lurking traditionally at the back of the pack. Holton trying to pick it up. He's got 3 players he needs to beat. He probably doesn't quite. That was probably nearly holding the football. And he's dragged to the ground. It's like taking a lion down in the African jungle, and he couldn't do it. One there by Schenk, and now it's going to be a throw-up.
Where do you come up with that, Aaron? Like taking a lion down in the African jungle. Goodness me.
All right. We might just continue here, about 30 metres out from the goal here. Number 36 is going to run on here. That's Verrill. He now swings, can't get it. Now Huonville by number 22, and Schenk has it.
Schenk kicks out wide. A nice mark taken down there by Adam Golding at the scoreboard side. Sun streaming down. A beautiful day here in the valley. Kicking long, looking for Ward. Ward will fly, but Jennings and Dyrene were in the road. Came over the back now. Here's a chance for that man in Duggan. Kicking long, snaking in there nicely. Here comes Hayes. Look at how fast he is. Gee, I love him. And he handballs over the top. Back to Hayes. Hayes handballs over the top to the man on the sidelines, which is Gordon, driving the ball long inside forward 50, but sliding through Paul Mercurio is Matt Schenk.
Is that the second reference to that movie? You think My African Jungle's average? Anyway, we're back to the game again. Out there is Sullivan, who's going to take it over the boundary line here. Centre wing. It's just blown out here in this second quarter. Cygnet is starting to get on top. However, Huonville have been able to work their way back into the first and second quarter, and to expect that they will make a charge at some stage. This is a very important clash here for, well, pretty much 5th spot, 2/3 away through the season.
So 27 points the difference. Here comes that man, Dean, kicking long inside forward 50. Holton just threw a man away, and Hayes has it. He'll go back around and bend it straight through. Braden Hayes has kicked 3. Beautiful work by him. That is his 17th goal of the season, Braden Hayes. And it's the new boots, I reckon.
Well, he's had 6 touches in this quarter. I've been just keeping an eye on Braden Hayes at the moment, and they've all been quality. And he's also not just getting goals himself, but he's setting up other teammates. And it's a bit of just the ferocity, as we see there in a Bennett's Petroleum replay, just how much quality he brings to a football game for this Cygnet side.
We saw in the Bennett's replay there, he just did lose the stops a little bit. Maybe that is the new boots, but the ground is very, very soft.
Are they brand new tubes?
They are. I spoke to him before the game. They are brand spanking new. Got a little bit of leather poisoning on them today. We're looking for the Lions to respond here. Free kick going their way. It'll be Bauman to take it from the middle, who just throws it away. It was actually a free kick going the way of Ward. Long kick towards Sullivan, who takes the mark. It isn't Sullivan at all.
Mulder.
Yes, it is. It's Sullivan.
No, sorry, it's Sullivan.
Had a good game, hasn't he?
Yeah, he looks so good when he goes near the footy, Duff.
Yeah, good player.
Tell you what, he's got a nice set of hands. A bit of hang time there as he came out for it, and he read it really well. He was between 2 Cygnet players. This is a massive kick, and this is where Huonville turned it around in the first quarter from 50 metres. That might just sneak. No, it doesn't. It fades late through for a minor score for Huonville.
So Ford to bring it out for the Port. Has a man out wide in Duggan. Nate Duggan has it in the back pocket. He's got it. He's got plenty of people screaming for it. He just decides to send it long down the line. Flying high. That's a strong grab in front. Brilliant mark down there to... it is Aaron Dance. That's a brilliant mark. Probably got assisted there a little bit by Tyler Clark. Right in front of the Duff TV van. Sends it long up the line again. Flying hard is Holton, as is Paul. Bauman out the back. Port trying to pressure the Lions, and they will clear.
All right, so there's another big fly and a fist, and that might just take it over the bound line in front of the Port interchange bench. So it's a decent lead here on the Jackson Motor Company scoreboard. We're about halfway through the second quarter. Huonville need to start to make a bit of a charge here in this game. Lots of players around the ball, protecting their eyes from the sun as it starts to set in behind. Losing the ball there was Dance. Nice tackle laid by Johns, and we'll just see the players just get up here. It might be a little bit of a push and shove. They just look a fraction tired as well, as Palm hands the ball back, and he's been a prominent player for the Port. Ball up. Neither player really gets a hand on it. Palm gets his right boot, but it's smothered. Heaps of players in there. Dean was there. He's going to win it now. If he just get his hands on it, releases it out to Cato. Cato tries to get it going forward, but he can't. It's very scrappy. Lots of contest, lots of pressure. Both teams were desperate at halftime. You could hear them getting themselves charged up, and now a bit of defensive release, and that's gone out now to Reece Ward.
That's better from the Lions. They look a little bit more laterally, look to attack more fluently. Flying high, big fly from the Lions. Comes out to Duggan, scooped out nicely. Here's a chance for the Lions. They need this, but it has gone through for a behind. It was Luke Graham that read it beautifully, but Will Ford has it. Sorry, Duff.
5 goals, 10.
Yeah. Out wide, finding Gordon. Gordon quickly moving the ball up the line. Here he comes from defensive 50, but a mark taken there by that man in Matt Turnbull. Bouncing ball, Cruel. Out for Clark. And chopped off nicely there by Sam Dean, who's had a lot of it.
Yeah,
there,
Sam Dean's been quite good. He gets the ball forward, and there's a mark. A look out. It's our man again. Holton's got it. Left forward pocket. He's going to have a shot on goal for the Port.
This pocket down here at Huonville is the dead pocket. The dead
Here he
pocket.
goes.
Well, we've seen one goal from a left footer, and so
Look,
What's a dead pocket, Tubes?
this is a hard pocket to kick from. Is he a left footer? I think he's a right footer.
No, he's a right footer.
He'd probably be all right for him then.
Josh
For
Holt,
anyone out there, I'll back him home.
is he kicking 4 goals already? Comes in for his 5th. Holton on his way. I think that looks pretty good. The umpire stands still like a statue to indicate that's gone over his cap. And the Cygnet stretch out their lead now, and they're probably starting to put this game not away, because we know Huonville will definitely fight their way back into this game. We're putting a lot of pressure on the Huonville Lions at the moment.
Look at this on the Bennett's Petroleum replay. Just a little sewing machine going, the overlocker, and bang, beautiful kick of the footy from Josh Holton. And that is his 51st goal for the season, his 5th for today.
Yeah, he's been very good. What's been great is that there's been 2 things good. He's finding space, but he's getting most of his marks kind of within goal kicking and deep, but the kicks have been into space near him.
Yep.
Once the ball's near him, he's kind of bumping and nudging and using experience to get players out of the way. There's number 59 laying a tackle, Samuel Dean. Huonville now win the ball through the middle of the ground, but the problem is they're not able to make good decisions because there's so much pressure on them. All right, here we go. There's a massive ball call on Paul.
Well, I tell you what, it was always going to take about 6 blokes to take down Mickey Paul.
Yeah.
We'll get this in the replay here. Have a look at this. Mickey Paul came through and collected it, and there is 1, 2, 3 blokes taking him down. It was always going to be 3.
That's probably, that's as good a tackle, combined tackle effort as now Sullivan has it. Chips the ball forward. That's not a bad kick. And that finds Graham.
Just really quickly there, Graham was well looked after by his teammate. We'll see this in the Bennett's Petroleum replay.
Yep.
Bang. Just great protection there from Matty Schenk.
Last minute,
work.
Schenk sort of pulled out, didn't he, and realised that he was just going to need to get a little bit of a body on the defender coming through, and now this is just a massive kick for goal.
They desperately need this, the Huonville Lions. And he's a beautiful kick, Luke Graham.
Nice to see long sleeves. He's got the long sleeves under the short sleeves here, Graham. Comes in, 45 metres out. It's a bit of a wobbly pass here. It might just sneak through.
Yeah,
I think it does.
It's got through for sure. Luke Graham kicks his first, and Huonville stay in touch. A very, very important kick there. As we see, he's hit the Jackson Motor Company scoreboard on the Bennett's Petroleum replay. And it was a scrappy kick, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think that's traditional wet pasty. However, there's around about 40 to 50 Cygnet fans just behind the goal there at that end of the ground, and they are unimpressed at that goal. They're having a lot of fun watching it in the sun, and they're consuming a few of the local beverages and enjoying their day out, coming here to watch this massive game of football. But we're back in the middle of the ground. It's 47 to 78. The Port are on top. Huonville trying to hang on. There's a good contest, and that ball's been hacked forward. The defensive mark taken for the Lions.
Yep, the Lions should repel this attack as he fell over absolutely nothing there. Moves the ball out wide. That's a clever kick, finding his teammate out long in Golding. Golding quickly moving the ball down towards Sullivan with that strong hands. He's well within range. He looks to play on quickly, pops it up to that hot spot. Mickey Paul's down there with strength. Here's a chance now for the Lions. Scrappy stuff on the line. They get their handball away, but they should clear through forward. Mickey Paul came through hard. How do you get rid of that umpire? The umpire can't see anything, and it comes out to the burner. Bunsen Burner Holton gets the kick forward. Big punch away, pushing the back, unfortunately. So it'll be a free kick going the way of Aaron Dance. Well, I don't know about that.
No, not sure about that one either. Anyway, Aaron Dance on centre wing, and geez, it's a dangerous, awful kick, and unfortunately put his teammate under a massive amount of pressure, and it's resulted in a turnover, and Huonville have it back. Braden Guy delivers the ball on now. That's another scrubby kick forward. Just both teams just losing their way a little bit as Will Ford just bombs it over his left shoulder to the middle of the ground, looking for O'Neill. O'Neill can't get it. Johns is in there also for Huonville. It's a scrappy old game just at the moment as both teams desperate. There is Aaron and Andrew Palm, but a defensive mark by Ben Holton.
Holton looks out wide, has a man here. It is, of course, Aaron Dance. Dance quickly, just chips it out.
Yeah, good.
The old hand jive. Goes inboard, finds Cato. Cato quickly gets his kick smothered by the man on the mark. Goes back again and gets it back for Hayes. Hayes goes into the middle, trying to find his teammate down there in O'Neill. They just scrappy stuff. Scooping up was Cato, who caught one high. Here's a chance now for Palm. Gets his kick away. The tackle came from Johns, and now the Lions will clear.
Yeah, that was nice work from the Lions end. Just trying to get it up there around about to Luke Graham territory. He was unable to mark it. And number 27 on the other side, Wood Ford, does a job and just holds it up. And we're going to have a ball up here. And so it's just kind of tight footy. And both teams have had enough entry into their forward 50. It's just been the ability of Cygnet to be a bit more efficient. Maybe just too many big numbers up there and too many goal kickers.
We just saw, I think it was the Bunsen burner, Ben Holton, try to help up one of the Huonville players, and he just pulling him up by the jumper, and the Huonville player got up and pushed him away and said, I don't need help getting up, mate.
It's a little bit rashly, isn't it? You know, that one. Anyway, so Huonville had the ball.
Yep.
Great guy with it. It's going to go back here. No, in fact, it's going to be a Cygnet.
Yeah.
Is it going to be a Cygnet?
No, it'll be Bauman.
No, it is Bauman with the football. Attacking side here for Huonville. They need to try and find. This is where they've probably been let down for most of the day. Don't have the quality up forward as Cygnet, but that's not a bad kick. And look, well, I don't know. He just was in the right spot again, wasn't he? He just knows how to get the football, does Michael Paul, and it just landed right in his mitts. But
yep, right in the basket.
His teammate nearly got it though.
I'll tell you what. I watched Michael Paul there from the very moment he led out of the goal square. And he knew where that ball was going.
He's the only one on the ground that knew it, didn't he?
He pushed off his opponent a long, long time before the kick came in. He's a beautiful kick of the footy. He's got nice black boots on. I like him because he's a footballer's footballer. Here's a chance for him to hit the Jackson Motor Company scoreboard and get that margin back. He's sprayed it. He's got the yips, apparently. That was Andrew Palm on the sidelines here who was saying, you've got the yips, Michael Paul. He's on the bench.
All right, so it's Will Ford here for Cygnet. He's got lots of chatting and lots of conversations. Ben Cato deep in the pocket. He's been pretty good today. He's moved around, kicked a couple of goals. Been important. That ball's dropped there by Jennings. Contested ball here. Jennings lays another nice tackle, and that's a good tackle on McAdoo, and he's going to be called. The umpire will come in and say, easy boys. We're right in front of us here in Duff TV land. The Duffettes have worked really hard today. G-Funk Martindale's worked frenetically on the replays. We've had some wonderful interviews as the ball goes high. And that was Gordon. Tried to release it, but was unable to. And we're going to do it all over again here. 78 plays 48, so it's a commanding lead to Cygnet. Massive clash here in the Huon Valley, these traditional rivals. The umpire saying I'm going to come back towards the boundary line there. A couple of big touches, a lot of players just near the ball. That's a good knock-off. Is it going to go over the boundary line? And yes, it does. Just in front of Jared Loyler, and it's gone right in the ditch. There's a nice bit of water in the ditch there.
We can see it here as a drain running around the outside of the oval here, and the umpire will really struggle to throw it in because it's going to be like a cake of soap here right in front. You can see the Duff TV van shadow. Inside forward 54.
That's just Duff's head, isn't it?
Yeah, that is. It comes out to Dance, moving the ball forward. Here's a chance now for Whitehouse. We haven't called his name too much. Dance gets the kick forward, moving the ball in front of Burke. Burke, happy to see it out of bounds. 21 minutes gone in this third term. It is a 30-point margin to the Port Power.
It's a really important moment here. They can get a couple of goals, Huonville, then you'd imagine that they're a chance. They're going to probably kick to the scoring end of the ground in the last quarter. And as the shadows start to come across this wonderful venue here in Huonville, lovely old grandstand. We've had a wonderful afternoon here in Huonville. There we go, is Aaron Dance. Still starting to get a little bit of the ball, reach Jennings. And that's Cato, kicks the ball high towards the forward line. Good battle down there, and that's a great mark. It's our man again. He's going to quickly move the ball on. Kicks to the top of the square. There's an opportunity now for Burke. Burke gets pushed off the ball. Wonderful defensive tackle done by Bailey. And Huonville now should get the ball back.
That was great work by Bailey. He gives it off to Schenk. Schenk goes long to the legend, Cameron Johns. He calls himself the legend, apparently. I was talking to the boys beforehand. Handballed back towards his teammate out there. It's a 4-on-2 situation, and I think the Lions will be happy with that. As no, Duff, no, thank you.
Don't get him going again, Duff. It takes at least 15 minutes for him to calm down.
Look at this defensive effort there. Brilliant work by Logan Bailey, and then just kept going and got the handball away.
Yeah, it was
great
good job.
stuff.
All right, Liam Ward in the ruck. Holton of the Ben variety wins it, lays off the handball. That's a nice job. Now Port move the ball forward. A bit of a push and shove off the back of the pack there. That was Daniel Golding who dropped the mark. Oh, look out. Holton trying to win it, trying to do something for his team. And he might be called for holding the football, and yes, he is. Once again, he had a lot of players to beat. Daniel Golding laid a good tackle.
Rightfully surprised there, I think.
Yeah.
Holton because he didn't really have a prior opportunity, I didn't think. But anyway, roved beautifully down there by Duggan. He sends it inside forward 50. Coming over the back, it hits Johns in the back of the head. Picked up nicely there by Cato. He moves the ball quickly. I beg your pardon, it's Hayes. They have very similar cut units. Comes out nicely here to Jennings, who gets DDT'd by the legend Johns. And we'll see a ball up.
Nearly a high tackle there too on Reece Jennings.
Probably ducked into it though, do you reckon?
Well, we'll give him the benefit of the doubt.
So umpire's doing a good job down here. Throwing it up. One down by Hayes. Came through fast. He's done that a lot today.
Ooh.
Quick kick out by the lines. Here's a chance now for Braden Guy. Guy trying hard, manages to just flick the ball up to his opponent there in Gordon, who moved the ball forward quickly. Big punch away from Cato and Co. Running in hard there is Burke. Threw it up, scooped it towards Cato. Cato slips, and it's gone out of bounds.
It's tight stuff here the last 5 minutes. It's interesting because Huonville and Cygnet pretty much level on the inside 50s, but it's been Cygnet's efficiency and, well, the dangerous hands, obviously, of Josh Holton's been quite significant up there forward, but it's generally an even play for the last 6 or 7 minutes, pretty even. But Huonville unable to hit the scoreboard, and can number 10. Jeremy O'Neill hit the score, but he can't as players, and then quickly on the left foot by Dean. Is that snuck through? I think no, it's just missed to the left-hand side. So probably fortunate then in the end for Huonville.
What have you seen up there, Duff?
How was that not a free kick for 27 there in Huonville? I just don't understand it.
Yeah,
anyway.
Luke Graham was a little unlucky. All right, there's the big hands of Steele. He's got a good size. I reckon he's pretty useful after dark around these areas. Ball's kicked forward now. Yeah. Ball's kicked back into the forward 50. Big climb, not taken by Golding. And it might just have another snap on goal. It's gone across the face, and it's just snuck in for a minor score.
I'll tell you what. Sorry, Duff, you go.
Of course, Steele's a first-grade cricketer with Kingborough.
Right. He is too, yes.
So
he's good after dark all throughout the year.
Yeah. Rightio.
Handy sportsman.
Huonville moving the ball in towards Daniel Golding. The Lions have it at half-back, pushing it out wide. They go again. I think that is Graham that just scoops it forward. Here's a chance now for Dance, the quick dance, the polka, moving the ball in, but his kick is terrible, and it comes to Coombs.
They need a goal.
They do need a goal. We'd love to see one. There's plenty of time left. How far did he run there? Kicked forward, but it's all Dance down here. It is the nightclub situation, moving the ball out wide.
Is there a nightclub in Huonville at all, or Cygnet?
Oh, there'd be a blue light disco down there somewhere, wouldn't there?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, absolutely. So the Port had the ball in their back half here. It's kicked up to centre wing, but the defensive mark taken by Ward. Ward's now, he's been pretty useful, a little bit quieter in this quarter. He's looking for a couple of options. It's kind of been the story of the day for Huonville. When they haven't been getting the run on, they've just struggled. Shank now chips the ball to the middle of the ground, finds Barron. He's been good throughout the day, one of the more consistent players. He's been aggressive. He's saying, go long, I'm going along, but then he does the opposite and goes across to the middle of the ground. Maybe just a false sense of security there. He's got a couple of leads on. One of those leads was Barnett, but he decided not to take it. Another lead from Lawler. Now he kicks the ball long, and he just held the ball a little bit too long, and it is three-quarter time here in Huonville.
Yep, on the James C scoreboard, it is 12-8-80 Cygnet to the Lions, 6-12-48. A 32-point margin to the Cygnet Port. Goal kickers for the Lions, Michael Paul with 3, then singles to Jared Lawler, Brad Sullivan and Luke Graham. For Cygnet, it is 5 to Josh Holton, 3 to Braden Hayes, 2 to Ben Cato, and singles to Reece Jennings and Samuel Dean. Well, we've got a game on our hands. If there's one thing I'd like the coach, Nick Doyle, to be telling his Huonville Lions is to move the ball quicker. They just seem to get caught at half forward there a few times because they didn't move the ball quick enough for my liking. But a big fourth term underway in just a few moments. Stick around here on Duff TV.
In today's world of self-service, it's nice to know that there's still a place where you can sit back and relax. Bennett's Driveway Service, now at Snug, Lerner Valley and Sandy Bay. For more than 40 years, Bennett's Petroleum has been there for all Tasmanians.
With exhilarating turbo performance, advanced connectivity, and the latest safety technology. All new Suzuki Swift, the revolution of an icon.
No tactics are going to get us through this.
So we're going to cross down to Nick Doyle at the Huonville huddle.
Go boys, come on.
Just wheel and go.
So we're going long. So
Yeah, let's go.
Everyone in tight, grab a jump right now.
Come on, come on. Have a look. Alex in the middle, Luke. Okay, so completely new three. Most fantastic job.
Most.
So now we've just got to go all out there. Okay, so you're still on ball with Steely.
Yep.
The rest is pretty much the same.
It's only up to attitude now, boys. That's the
Get
only thing you'll get through this.
We need to take them on
balls.
every time. Just get the ball forward. Okay? We've got enough forwards up there. Keep our structure in front of the ball. Okay? Kick it to advantage. Take them on. Wheel and go. Handball receives. Play on. Okay? We said this at Dodgers and 3/4 time. I reckon we've got a big quarter in this. We've been itching most of the year. We've had 10, 12 shots in a lot of quarters this year. Like now's the time. We can turn one on if we believe we've got one. Come on. Do you reckon we've got one in it? Come on. Go. So just take them on. If we get a turnover, defend as hard as we can. We can't allow any easy goals.
Season rides on 25 minutes.
Come on, huge effort here, boys. I reckon we've got a bit left in the tank. Yeah. Right. Just got to throw everything at this. So take it on, back yourselves, hit the target that's there, and then wheel and go, get it in, and finish our chances, boys. We had chances early in that quarter again. We need to take our chances. Go. Let's do it. Come on, go! Thanks, Nick.
Well, there we go. Nick Doyle just pumping. This fourth term gets underway. Looks like Ben Cato keeping his charges in a little bit longer. We'll be back with the fourth term in just a few moments.
In today's world of self-service, it's nice to know that there's still a place where you can sit back and relax. Bennett's Driveway Service, now at Snug, Lerner Valley and Sandy Bay. For more than 40 years, Bennett's Petroleum has been there for all Tasmanians.
Rightio, folks, we're back. It's fourth term about to get underway here from Huonville Oval. The Lions with all the work in front of them. They've got 32 points to peg back. And Aaron, you were out there at the huddles. What's the messages?
Yeah, Nick Doyle was just all about passion, just saying very calm and collected, and maybe the mic in his face didn't help, but he was just all talking about we've got a little bit more in the tank. Dodgers Ferry was a game early in the year where they were able to come back, and he was talking significantly about we need to sort of work our way back in the game. And for Cygnet, they were about let's get a big win. That was the finishing touches from their coach, Ben Cato.
So Huonville looking to attack first. Bauman around the corner, big one. He's got a man down there. Forward, it was Duggan that went back. That's just great defensive work. He moves the ball out wide, dropping the mark down there. The Huonville Cygnet player, trying to spin out of trouble there as Adam Golding as Ford came in with a tackle, and it's just gone out of bounds. And Ford says, "Come on, Umpy, give me a free kick. I'm trying my best."
Yeah, he was. There might be some tired lads here in this last quarter. It's been it's pretty tough and congested football, and lots of banging and bashing their way through. And it's been good, but Huonville, they need to try and get something happening here very, very soon as Jared Brereton wins it, but that goes straight back to Huonville. However, and the hands there of Duggan. He goes across the face of goal. Not the best kick, and his is dangerous, just not quick enough.
Wouldn't they love a goal?
Oh, wouldn't they? McAdoo was in there. He couldn't win it. Now it's back to Duggan again. A little bit of time, and the ball's going to be cleared here. Might not be for long because there's Lions everywhere. Pride of Lions says McAdoo, bring it back in for Huonville, and it's chopped off again here by the Port.
That's been the difference in the two teams. Just that finishing off at critical times going forward.
Well, their forward entries, they've had very similar stats throughout. They've probably maybe a slight difference in the contested ball, but overall it's just, just say that forward entry. Anyway, the ball's back up here to centre wing. Braden Hayes might have had a free kick. Not happy, Braden Hayes. It's going to be Coombs with the free. He's had a few touches in the third quarter, Coombs. He's got a player leading up further afield. It's probably not the best kick in the end. And there's an example of it was the best kick because it's gone straight back to the Port. Cato, long to centre half forward.
Hayes chips in nicely. Sorry to cut you off there.
It's all right. I know you want to call Hayes every time he goes near it.
I do love that bloke as it comes out nicely to Logan Bailey.
Is he a Burnie boy, is he?
Yeah, he's a Burnie lad. I love the Northwest Coasters, as you know, Duff, and the ball will go out of bounds. Played a lot of TSL footy with the Burnie Dockers.
A couple of premierships too, I think. One premiership for Burnie, didn't he?
No, he did.
One premiership for Burnie, did he?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yep. Maybe. Anyway, ball in. Good fella too. Boundary thrown here by umpire Alex the Kid.
Well, it's going to be a tough decision for you, Tubes, because we know that you're awarding the inaugural Jono's best man on the ground award.
That is true.
You've got a box there, a jam just below your feet.
I do.
I think you should do it after the match.
Yeah, I will do. Handballed over the back. Nice effort there by the Cygnet player. Umpire comes in and says, "No, I'll have it, thanks," and we'll throw it up inside forward 50.
Yeah, so start wrapping your mind around that, Tubes. We'll do a live cross just stand in front of us. You go out and grab somebody and...
Doesn't matter what happens, mate. It'll be Braden Hayes. He's kicked 3 goals. He's attacked the packs hard. Unless he just capitulates in this last term. As the ball comes forward again, here's a chance now. The Holton boys wrestle. It's the burner. Bunsen Burner just goes hard at the footy. Nice tackle down there by Golding. Comes out there to the other Hayes brother. Coming through nicely. Quick kick around the corner by Cato. Behind.
That would have been it too, I reckon, done and dusted maybe. If Cato had managed to screw that one around the corner for a goal.
Wouldn't he have loved it too, being the coach?
I think he might have just pumped. You know, as I said, there's a heap of fans down here in the pocket from Cygnet. They've all clustered in one area. I'm not sure what a collective noun for a group of people from Cygnet. Anyway, so
a group of swans, I would have thought.
A group of swans. Okay. Anyway, so it's Tristan Barnett with it. She goes short up to centre wing, and it's a nice bit of delivery and finds Lawler.
Yeah, Barnett's battled hard all day, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's been good, and Lawler's been good too for Huonville. They've actually had lots of players. Just I suppose at that forward a little bit as McAdoo now goes long to one-on-one contest. That's got to be a mark, surely, to Michael Paul. Didn't get it. McQueen in front of him, and now Cato gets it back for Cygnet.
Yep, Cygnet in the middle finds Palm. Palm battled hard all day. It's Palmer. We've been calling him Palmer. It's Palmer. Palmer. I was wondering what was going on with the name there. Palmer does well up towards Turnbull. Kept running, and it comes out nicely there to Gordon.
He's had about 20 touches too, unfortunately.
Hayes battled hard, but it's going to be repelled there by their Lions, and they will clear.
All right, so Huonville with the ball. Through the middle of the ground is Tristan Barnett. His kick's okay out to Ward. Ward has a little bit of time. Well, there's a kick and a handball, which neither player would pressure, but it still didn't go to them. Maybe they're getting a bit tight. Alex Vincent kicks the ball and gets into Cameron Johns' hands. He has a little bit of time. Lopes down the ground. Kicks the ball to the right forward pocket. And coming out in defence is Cameron Wilcox for Cygnet. Wilcox quickly turns around, finds another Cygnet teammate up the ground. It's Duggan. Duggan's kick. Well, he decided to go on his left, and they say these days in modern footy, always stick to your foot that you're used to. And there's a flying shot on goal, but standing in defence staunchly is a defender for Cygnet.
Yeah, I think that
Circle
is
work here.
Sam Dean down here. Yep, moving the ball out wide. The Port move the ball forward, flying high. There's players all around the footy. It's picked up there by McIndoe.
Gee, that was a bit
and we might get a replay on that if we can, Jerry. The man coming through just now, that flyer. Let's have a look at this. Oh, Brereton missed everything.
Didn't he?
What was he trying to achieve there, do you think?
Not sure, just an old man.
Angry old man strategy.
I say that, he's 32 years old and I'm 34, you know. Anyway, that's a great tackle. The free kick will go the way of the Lions. Geez, they'd love a couple of goals here, wouldn't they? Just to add a bit of respectability to the scoreboard. Lawler into the middle, finds his teammate down there in McIndoe.
Been good, McIndoe, in this quarter. He's had a few touches, moved up the ground well.
Sends it long, just put a little bit extra on the kick and the man had to run out and grab it.
Tell you what, they haven't given up Huonville.
No, they haven't. Graham, quickly, long. There's a chance here, but it's all Port down there.
It's just coming out too easy.
It is coming out too easy, and the mark taken by Jennings. Jennings quickly move the ball on.
This player for Huonville, he's just trotting. Number 5. Get a runner out to him, Tubes.
I can't because I'm not the coach. Jennings back into the middle. Here's a chance now, but it's Bounce has eluded him. It's just gone up. Hayes hard at the footy, then uses his pace in those new boots. He's got a bloke who's got the exact same pair of boots tackling him, and he's met his match. And it's called holding the ball.
Oh, well done. Hayes looks disappointed too, doesn't he?
Yeah,
Vincent
he
just waited till he picked up the football and then he laid the tackle. So it was a modern style of footy. Wait till they get it. Tackle as soon as they start to go before they get their handball out. A good job there by Alex Vincent.
So moving the ball inside, Barnett going long.
Yeah, now it's going to the forward line here. Opportunity coming out. There's a snap on goal, but it's, well, he didn't even look at the goal. Sometimes you just have a bit of an idea where they are, but you had no idea where the points were, and that's gone through for a minor score for Huonville. So another entry for them. However, it's entries and goals is what they require here, as we've gone 7.5 in the last quarter. Ball's on the back flank. Huonville with numbers, and it gets around there to Lawler, who's had a lot of the ball in this quarter. He pops it across to Ward. Those two have combined well. Ward gets it around to Barnett. Barnett, unfortunately, just again, the disposal to the player just wasn't good enough. And we've got a player down. I think that's Ben Holton, who's just...
Yeah, the Bunsen burner and 52. And 50 metres. Ben Holton hasn't moved. The Bunsen burner, a clash of heads. He's hurt. He's still on the ground too.
He's getting up.
He's getting up slowly. But the umpire's pulled out a free kick, I think, for argumentative behaviour from the Cygnet players. So Barnett should kick this goal.
He's had a dip here, Barnett, in this last quarter, boys. Deserves that.
He's kicked it up to Grove as well, all the way to the...
Well, look, if a hipster saw that, they wouldn't have a clue what to do with it. They'd probably try and dress it up and take it out in the town. But anyway, it's another goal to Huonville, but maybe it's a little bit late. They're around 8.5 gone, and there we see Holton. He's, it's looking a little ginger. He's not moving the best, is he, Tubes?
No, he looks a bit tender, and it looks like he might have a bit of claret coming out of that bottom lip. So...
He's in a bad way.
He's in it. Yeah, he's hurt. He's hurt.
A broken cheekbone here.
Yeah. It was a noctuous sort of contest, wasn't it? Nothing really vicious in it. Just hard attack on the footy. But that's what can happen when you play Aussie rules footy. And we see him here, just a bit of claret out of there. He's a bit sore, a bit worse for wear. He's a tough customer though.
He's a good player. Yeah. What I like about him, Aaron, is that he can go down back and be really effective.
I suppose he's a classic utility, isn't he? Sort of moves throughout the ground.
Swingman.
Yeah, swingman utility, whatever you might like to call it. And hopefully he's all fine in a little while. He just needs to have a bit of a break. You can see the way he's leaning, just indicating, one, he's probably a little sore and maybe just not 100% clarity for him at the moment.
I think the term could be cooked. He's cooked.
Looks like he's just come out of the pub down here in the road after about 1 in the morning.
So now they bring it forward through Jennings, looking to respond here. Holton fired up, ready to go. Handball's over the top towards Dance. Dance quickly over the top as well, in towards Jennings around the corner. That's a good mark, running back with a flight. Here comes Hayes, my man Hayes, spinning around the corner. What a bend and a beauty!
Goal of the day from Hayes.
Brilliant stuff from Braden Hayes, and just pace shown out there on the far corner, and don't the peanut gallery love it? Have a look at this for pace. It was brilliant work by the players down here. Hayes didn't really know it was coming to him. A good shepherd laid there by Dean, and they love him.
Logan Bailey looked like a witch's hat then. He's actually been all right in defence for Logan Bailey. On one occasion he stood still. He was just knocked off the ball, and Hayes did a bit of magic.
Bit of chirp down there from the boys from the Port.
I have a feeling none of those beverages are actually sold in the bar, but anyway, they're enjoying themselves.
What a beautiful stuff there on the Bennett's Petroleum replay. Goal of the day to Braden Hayes.
They've been good down there, the Port fans. They've been very polite for most of the day. Their team's winning, and they go forward again, and there's a big climb from Hayes. He just wants to do everything at the moment. There's a nice tackle laid by Coombs. The ball pops out the back. Flying shot on goal. Is that another one? Yes, it is. No, it's not. Well, the fans behind put me off because the Port fans had their arms raised in the air, indicating it was good for them, but in fact it went to the left-hand side.
And that...
He's a bit of a cult figure down here, is he?
Yeah, he's loving it. There's a solid mark.
What brought him down here, Church?
Work, I think, Duff. He's a carpenter.
Jennings just misses the mark. Picked up by Vincent. Vincent pops it over the top. Gets it onto Lawler. Lawler now gets another handball. He might get it back here, Lawler. Just play a bit of keepings off in his back up. It's probably better, and this kick is the key. They've turned it over a few times, and that's an excellent disposal. And Huonville on the far side of the ground get it past as they get it moved on now.
He's their best player.
Yeah, Brad Sullivan's been really good. And just some of the delivery, Brad Sullivan's probably not helped him as well. Poor old Paul, he's worked his heart out there. He's moved through the ground and he can't get another one. Cameron Wilcox tries to win it. Paul now gets it back. He's going to have to pop off a handball. He gets it out to Guy, and Guy goes across the face for a minor score.
Mickey Paul has battled hard all day, and what I love about him, Duff, is that he absolutely keeps his feet in the contest, never goes to ground.
And he's a team player.
Yep.
He always tries to bring somebody in if they're in a better position.
He just gave off Braden Guy the handball there, but before that, he don't argued him. He don't argued his own player.
Yeah, absolutely. Number 19, Tyler Clark getting tackled. And the ball's now won. A little sneaky handball forward by Johns. In fact, might have been a Brereton. No, in fact, it's actually Jennings has gone down. It's going to be a free kick to Cameron Johns. Cameron Johns just chips the ball further up the ground. There's lots of noise now going around the ground as McIndoe kicks it to the hot spot. It's a 2-on-1 opportunity. It's not the best. Port have the numbers, and that's Cameron Wilcox. He's been good in defence, and Port should be able to clear it here. Cato now comes out to the pocket, held up, and now this next kick is where we've probably seen a bit more skill. He's actually decided to go to the middle of the ground to a 1-on-2, and Johns comes across with his right hand and thumps it into space.
Yep, Huonville now with the numbers, but pushed off the footy nicely there. Coming through hard was Dean, scooping it up, trying hard is Johns. He does so. Golding now gets his handball away back towards Bauman. Bauman over the top, and it'll be the lines out here, but the mark is dropped. Dean went in hard. It was Golding that managed to mop up after his own spill. Going out hard there is our man in Duggan. Rolling the ball back over the top is Graham. Scooped up nicely there by Braden Guy in towards Mickey Paul, who keeps his feet in the contest. So strong. Steele picks it up. Mickey Paul goes back around the corner, scoops it in there with the one hand. Nicely worked there by the Lions. And it is a goal to, I think it was Tristan Barnett.
Yeah, I think it was Barnett, but we saw a little bit of Jordan-like action then from number 20, Michael Paul. Just held it out with his hand. We might even just go back a little bit on the replay there. There it is. Just holds it out with one hand and a bit of showmanship, and there's a little quick snap-on goal by Barnett.
Yeah, Barnett kicks his second, and they are, well, what's the margin? 62 plays 88. That's 26 points. Can they come back?
Scoreboard attendant's given up over there.
Yeah, doesn't care anymore.
I think he might have a frosty as well himself. He's just said, well, the sun's coming in. The game's probably done and dusted, and I can do my job. But never know, Huonville, with about 10 minutes to go, can they get a little run on here as number 22 in Schenk pops out a handball. And coming through is Palmer. Got his name right then. And has he won a free kick? He has, just for being that little bit more aggressive.
We must apologise to Andrew Palmer as the ball goes forward. It's nicely marked there by, I think it's Jennings, who's had so many hits today. More hits than the Beatles. Kicking it forward. Tyler Clark came through hard. Nicely worked up the wing. It bounces cruelly there for Graham. Goes back and gets his own footy. Runs into a Jennings wall. And he's hurting. Copped him across the neck. We might see that in the replay if we can. The hit there, Jerry.
That was, I think it was okay from Jennings. I think it was in the relatively under the head. Oh, he just might have got him on the jaw a little bit. So I don't think we'll see too many trouble with that. You can just see him holding his chin then in the end. And we've got a throw up here in centre wing. Number 12 there, Joseph Doreen, just gets his hands on it. Guy trying to lay tackle. He nearly left the ground as that tackle was played by Guy and Dean. That's a nice job. And now Huonville will run away with this one, and they move the ball up to their half-forward line.
Lovely.
And there's Sullivan taking a wonderful mark, showing the reach and the length that he has. Sullivan now just holds it. A couple of leads from him. Now he goes high into the pocket. Just once again, he had about 30 seconds to make a better decision there, Tubes, and in the end, he found out Reece Jennings.
Probably just what's let them down a little bit, I reckon, Huonville during this game. And they'll go back and they'll review this tape, I'm sure, and may come up with the same ideas as we have. They just need to move that ball in a bit quicker. Sullivan going hard, got tackled nicely there by Nielsen. It's scooped up again by the Lions, and they'll kick forward through McIndoe, but it's chopped off by Palmer. Palmer looking out wide into the path of that man in Burke, who played on quickly. He's got a time now down towards Holton. Holton uses those big strong legs and goes back, and he'll have a shot at his sixth.
He's probably beaten Bailey today, Holton, hasn't he? I think you'd have to say.
I think so, but you got to remember, this guy has come into this game averaging 4 goals, right? He's a superstar.
He's a good player.
He needs a lot of help. When the ball comes in with no pressure from a midfield like that, there's no pressure. What's a backman supposed to do?
And up the other end, Michael Paul's been, as we see the kick on goal, it's gone through. So another one, and that should be the sealer for the Port. The Cygnet should run away with this game now. Their coach at three-quarter time, Ben Cato, said, let's get this a big win. The Huonville coach, Nick Dahl, said, let's find some energy to get back in it. They haven't quite found enough.
And we just see on the Bennett's Petroleum replay, the Cygnet boys behind the goals haven't got as much love for Josh Holton as they do for Braden Hayes. That's no doubt about it.
Maybe they think he's a blow-in. But anyway, a recognised goal kicker, and he's kicked another one. And just going back on that Duff, Michael Paul, the other end, who's been good all day. He's been certainly very good for Huonville, a tremendous goal kicker. Kicked a couple at different stages, but he's often had 1 or 2 players on him. Whereas up the other end, Josh Holton's been able to just get the ball. And often his marks have been not contested in the end, has been kicking, and the kicks have been good too.
Yeah, absolutely. Back in the middle, Bauman, handballs out wide. Big attack there by the Cygnet boys. They're just diving all over him. Dean's there, and it'll be a ball up at half forward, well, pretty much centre, forward of centre for the Lions. Ruck contest, Paul into the ruck as the girls start to go crazy here. It is ladies' day, of course. Dean, Sammy Dean has it at centre wing. Goes wider still.
Thought it might have been another girls' game of footy coming on or something, Tubes. Don't they get excited?
Oh, yeah.
The ladies' footy, it's fantastic.
Ball at half forward now for the Port. And umpire Hollywood not really interested at the forefront of the screen here, folks. But the other umpire doing a really good job.
It's fantastic atmosphere. We've got a good look at the mountain at the moment, Duff. You get a chance to get in the game. Nice bit of snow's come across since we've been here, actually. So it's going to be a little cold down here in the Valley of Love. I shouldn't say the Valley of Love. I think that's New Norfolk, actually. This is just the Valley. And Cygnet have a free kick here. Centre wing in the late stages here. Nearly 19 gone in the last quarter here in Huonville. Johns runs up and takes the defensive mark for Huonville. He's moved a little bit deeper in this quarter, and he's probably needed to. He hasn't probably been a bit more of a feature up forward. Now there goes Johns up the line. Flying mark. It's just popped over the back. There coming out was Paul, but he didn't get it. Running through is a very good player in Barrowman, who's been trying hard all day and lots of energy. Picked up by Will Ford. He can't win it. Contested footy, and it will probably deservedly give the players a little bit of a rest, be taken over the boundary line.
So, Tubes.
Yep.
you've worked out your man of the match.
Yeah, I've got it.
You've got the mic ready to go on the camera for us, mate.
I will do, yep.
We'll whip out there and
Yep.
I'll do the sign-off and we'll grab whoever you think is the
No worries, of
man of the
course,
match.
we will do.
We still haven't seen an update on the scoreboard. Those guys are generally asleep at the moment.
Yeah, they are. It is Huonville 62, so they're 8-14-62 to 14-10-94. Ball in, ball up, ball in, sorry, at centre wing.
We're starting to lose it. Maybe we're falling asleep.
No, not at all. This is a 32-point margin. Still a good game of footy as Cato comes through hard. Nicely worked to my man Hayes, who has it at half forward. He'll go one way, then the other. Backhand balls nicely into the middle, finding Cato. Cato off to running Hayes. Hayes around the corner. Here's a chance for Hayes. Will he get his fifth? No. And they love him down there, don't they? Look at him. He's a big crowd favourite down there, Braden Hayes.
They're doing a good job down there not to be falling over there. They've had a fun day. The sun's gone. Some of the jackets will be coming out, I would have thought. The kick comes in for Huonville. There's a steady mark by Bailey. Bailey's been playing a little bit on Holton for a lot of the day, and he just ran off there and took a nice defensive mark. Kicked up to centre wing. Climbing high was Ward. Ward's probably one of the better ones for Huonville. He takes a tremendous mark. He's quite a tall, rangy lad, but he's actually pretty strong as well. He's taken probably 4 or 5 contested marks. There's Adam Golding now for Huonville. Loses the ball in the pocket. Is there a small push out? No, it's not. And it's play on. And it's quickly one out by Guy. Guy gets into the pocket, tries to screw the ball around. Is that going to be a miraculous goal? No, it's not.
Oh.
It wasn't a bad effort.
Shit, that was a good effort.
That was a good effort.
He was deep in the pocket, and it's taken over the boundary line, and it's support with the football.
Port bring it out to Ford. Ford just runs the fingers through the hair. He's got a little bit of...
you know you're going well, aren't you, Choose? You could just switch the hair.
What's that guy from One Direction? He looks a bit like him.
I don't know.
Paddy O'Neill.
I don't have a TV or a radio, so I don't hear One Direction ever.
Yeah, right. You're one of these guys. Out to Sammy Dean. Sammy Dean at half-back for the Port. Sends a little burner down towards Gordon, who takes the mark. Gordon looking inboard. Finds a man, but he's too slow. It's chopped off nicely there by McQueen. McQueen goes long, down towards Bennett and co. Trying down there's Braden Guy, and they'll be happy to see it over through Cato, the coach.
It's late here in the last quarter is the Port boys and the Port fans. We see a couple of vehicles now just exiting the arena or the venue here in Huonville, maybe going home to light the fire, get it started first before her indoors gets there as that goes across the face of goal. It stays in play somehow, but it's out of bounds in the left forward pocket. 22 and a bit gone. It's Cygnet's game. A very important win for them. It's stretching their position on the ladder. This is a big match going to this one. Tell you what, there'll be a lot of friends and fans will be enjoying this clash, but they've enjoyed the sunshine, and we've enjoyed it here on Duff TV.
How's the live ladder? Has Jerry got the live ladder up? Yeah. That's another one for Jerry.
Well, no, Cygnet actually go 2 games clear of Huonville. And behind that is Hobart are out. So it's only Huonville that can make the 5 here unless there's some sort of miraculous change with Hobart's fortunes. Anyway, it's Golding. Delivers the ball with a wobbly kick. It's not bad, though. And it's a mark taken by Guy.
How would you be having your dad umpire one of your games, Aaron?
It's a bit like him being your teacher, isn't it?
Or your coach?
Yeah. Coach maybe not so bad, but
he hasn't really had to adjudicate the young fella all that much, I don't think.
Braden Guy now, 15, 20 metres out. Pretty much directly in front. And he has missed.
Gee.
The umpire he started there and then just made a few more steps across as Tubes Taylor now getting out some Jono jams here. Yep. I should say Jono sauce to get ready for the presentation for the best player on the ground.
How many do you think he's going to give away? Is it one jar?
He's got a single bottle. It's only a...
You only need a small amount, don't you, Tubes?
What's that valued at, Tubes?
It depends where you buy it, Duff.
Well, I think it may be in
what's the RRP?
Queenstown.
Recommended retail price is $6.50.
So you're going to give 1 jar?
Mate, it's just a token of my gratitude for what a great game this guy's played.
You can't squeeze it to 2 jars?
Oh, yeah, I probably bloody can, mate.
What about a box?
How about we just keep you off there? Going over the top was Doreen.
Come on, Duff.
Couldn't puck it through. Now the ball's come out here to the near side of the ground. Paddy O'Neill's in there. He can't mark it. He might have to go back again. It's picked up by Ward. Ward delivers the ball nicely to the middle, but it's Port again. Just an indication of the disposal going forward and the tackle laid there on Schenk.
That was a great tackle by Schenk on O'Neill. Jeremy O'Neill just burrowed in and Schenk went, no, I'm going to hold on to you, mate. So Back there, punched away there by Doreen. Comes out nicely now to Graham, who goes backwards to Palmer. Palmer just really dropped it like a hot potato. O'Neill come in and spun away. Then another great tackle. And umpire should ball it up here. He does. 24.5 minutes gone. It is a 30-point margin to the Port.
And we've seen no movement in the scoreboard. They're still on 59 over there. We've got the camera on that in a minute. And unfortunately, either they've missed a goal or they've actually they've just left the scoreboard. As the ball is on the defensive half here, it is 40 points of difference late in this game. Throw up here. No one wins it out. Huonville with the numbers. And that's Lawler. He's been really good for Huonville. And he's just missed to the left-hand side. And it's hit
the post.
The post.
Boundary throwing. He's battled hard again. There's been a lot of battlers out there for Huonville today.
Ward and Lawler have been probably two of their best for Huonville. And they're actually quality. They've got good disposals, and that it is.
There it is. It is the Lions 8-17-65 to 14-11-95. A 30-point margin in favour of the Port. Goal kickers for Cygnet. Josh Holton with 6. Braden Hayes with 4. 2 to Ben Cato and singles to Reece Jennings, Samuel Dean. For Huonville, it was 3 to Michael Paul, Tristan Barnett with 2, singles to Lawler, Sullivan and Luke Graham. Who are your better players out there?
Yeah, well, Cygnet winning the game, and they had a group of sort of better players. Jared Brereton actually contested pretty hard. They copped a knock in the early parts of the game. Andrew Palmer was particularly good. We like to call him. We called him quite early. Josh Holton, well, anyone who kicks more than 5 goals has had a successful day, and the fans certainly liked him. Braden Hayes, he was electric through the middle of the goals. Kick goals, he was late tackles, he was contested, winning contested ball. He had a fantastic day and maybe one of the best players on the ground. Will Ford, number 27 for Cygnet, was fantastic as well. Nathan Duggan, not down back for Huonville. I think Jared Lawler, he was took some really good marks. He moved around the ground well. Reece Ward was really great for Huonville. And Brad Sullivan probably the other player that stood out, along with probably Tristan Barnett, who lurked forward, and also maybe Ben Bauman.
Yeah, Mickey Paul did really well, kick goals.
Yeah, Mickey Paul, but let down Mickey Paul, I suppose, a little bit by the delivery into the forward line, and also maybe just some 2-on-1 situations for him.
Right, I'm going to go and get the Duff camera, the mobile camera. You can sign off for us thanks to Jackson Motor Company and Bennett's Petroleum. My name's Tubes Taylor. I'll be right with you with the presentation of the best on ground as far as Jono's homemade jams and sauces is concerned.
Well, that's a bit of a tongue twister, I would have thought there. It's been a wonderful day here. The traditional rivals, Cygnet, the Port, have got up here in Huonville on a massive day. It'll be, I reckon, around about 14 to 15, 1,600 people. There's a nice group of supporters just down at the bottom end of the ground towards the Huon River end, and we're going to we're just going to find out who is the best player. Bog, best on ground. Who's it going to be? It's been a fantastic day. The Duffettes have done a great job. The great Duff man, he's actually on top of the van filming today's game. We don't have a great vantage point here at the Huonville Oval. And now we're going to head out and hand over to the man. Let's see who is the best player. Bog, best player on the ground for this massive game. Just repeating the scores, Huonville have got up here by 30 points, 65 to 95. It's been a fantastic...
Here with Braden Hayes. Hazy, a great game for you today, mate.
Not too bad, mate. Yeah, just set up forward and was lucky to get onto a few end of a couple.
4-pack, mate. Yeah, the boys down there in the behind the goal square. They're a bit of a fan of yours, isn't
No, I just told them before the game. All the boys were doing the lane kicking, and I was just in the pocket practicing my snaps. So I said, practice makes perfect. You've got to do those things.
And the new boots as well, mate. How'd they go?
Pretty happy with the new boots. They've got a fair bit to work on with the set shots. I think I kicked about 4 goals, 6 today. But
keeping your own stats.
Yeah, I definitely like the colour though, and the pink socks to match.
Well, Hazy, you've won the Jono's sauce today for best on ground, in my opinion, anyway, mate. There you go. Enjoy that on the snags tonight. Good on you, mate.
Cheers,
Take care. Well done. Well, that's it from us down here at Huonville Oval. My name's Tubes Taylor. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks to Bennett's Petroleum and Jackson Motor Company. We'll see you next time here on Duff TV.
With exhilarating turbo performance, advanced connectivity, and the latest safety technology. All new Suzuki Swift. The revolution of an icon.
In today's world of self-service, it's nice to know that there's still a place where you can sit back and relax. Bennett's Driveway Service, now at Snug, Lerner Valley and Sandy Bay. For more than 40 years, Bennett's Petroleum has been there for all Tasmanians.
With exhilarating turbo performance, advanced connectivity, and the latest safety technology. All new Suzuki Swift, the revolution of an icon.
In today's world of self-service, it's nice to know that there's still a place where you can sit back and relax. Bennett's Driveway Service, now at Snug, Lerner Valley and Sandy Bay. For more than 40 years, Bennett's Petroleum has been there for all Tasmanians.
With exhilarating turbo performance, advanced connectivity, and the latest safety technology.